Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome now to Kennett, Missouri. It is the site of Week 8 of high school football. I am Frankie Castillo. Welcome alongside to the pregame show presented by First Midwest Bank. Joining me here live, he is the one, the only John Masters, or should I call you John Scott?
Frankie, it's my pleasure to be here tonight. I feel like we're on the Mount Everest of Dunklin County up here on the roof of this press box. But I like to be here. The breeze is blowing nice. The weather is great. The music is wonderful. The team's warming up. And I'm a little disappointed, though, Frankie. I've told you that I judge every athletic program by the quality of hot dog they serve. And as far as I can tell, the concession stand here at Kennett is not open at all, and that's frustrating to me, but we'll see how it plays out.
Well, I think what happened is, let's be honest with each other, I think they had a ton of hot dogs, and Tim got here at 2:30 and ate pretty much all of them.
That sounds about right. I absolutely should have stopped along the way to get down here, but we'll see. I have faith that maybe they'll open up here in a little bit.
Absolutely. We've got a big pregame plan for you coming up here tonight as we get set to bring you some high school football, and tonight, Poplar Bluff takes on the Kennett Indians. I want to address the elephant in the room a little bit. I want to go back to last week just a moment. Poplar Bluff getting a big win, by the way, against Farmington. More on that coming up. But I want to apologize, humbly apologize. We had all kinds of video issues on the one night you don't want to have them, on homecoming night. As you know, we live in a technology society where literally everything changes week by week. But the good news is Tim has worked tirelessly to get everything up and running. And I think tonight we're going to have an amazing broadcast. Everything, knock on wood, is coming in loud and clear. I couldn't do Mules Trivia last week. Tonight, we change all that. We got this awesome grill to give away, John. Couldn't do it last week. It's going away tonight.
I knew the answers last week, no question about it.
I didn't even ask any questions last week.
Somehow, I got foiled again. I don't know. I'd rather get away with one of those grills before this season's over.
We're going to give away a gift card coming up courtesy of Academy Sports and Outdoors. We had this awesome grill, and all you've got to do is two things. Know the right answer, obviously, and hit that share button bottom right-hand corner on Facebook. We're going to go back and look at the answers, and if you've shared, you'll be in the running for the grill. And I got to tell you, we decided we got a call this morning from Coach Jim Vaughn, great guy, by the way, and asked me, you know what, Frankie, listen, I've got a great spot for you to call this game. How about you go up on the roof, and it's going to be a gorgeous night. Check one, yes it is. Check two, we've got internet. We'll get you a table. Great night for high school football. I was like, you know what? Sign me up. I'm on the roof.
Oh,
if Tim's got to go, I'm going to go.
Right on. And you got to go, I got to go. But it's I know it's a hassle for those listening and watching for these guys to haul all their equipment up on the roof like this, up a kind of scary ladder to get it up and down. But, you know, I like being up here when the weather is nice. You got a great view. You got a little breeze blowing, and it's great, man. I love it.
Kimberly Smothers, she's already on her A game. She's asked if anybody's brought any red flags to throw. We might throw a few flags here tonight, John.
Yeah, no kidding. This may be the flag night for sure. We've had some good ones so far.
We've had some great ones. Let us know on Facebook. Make sure that you can see everything, you can hear everything okay. We're going to be introducing, matter of fact, if you don't mind, Tim, real quick, let's put that scoreboard up on the screen for just a moment. I just want to make sure that everything is good to go. He gives me thumbs up on that. We've got our scoreboard tonight working. That's some good news.
Yes, indeed.
It was a rotten game last week. Everything went wrong, but Tim has worked tirelessly to make sure it's all back up and running. I'm excited about it. I can't wait for this to kick off in about 35 minutes.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great night for football down in the Boot Hill. I think we've got a good chance tonight playing against a really good Kennett team, but our guys are riding a good wave of momentum. They seem pumped. The coaches look pumped. It's going to be a great night for football.
You know who I've seen out there dressed out for the first time since week one? Amari White, number 22. He is dressed. Now, whether or not he plays, that's another story. We have been told that he is a game-time decision. If he's able to go, that is some really good news for Poplar Bluff.
Oh, it really is to see him back. It's good to see that he's back healthy again. Hopefully get some reps tonight. Adds another dimension to our running game. And, we've really come along. Mikael McFarland's has some great games the last few, and to add another back to our
backfield. He's approaching 500 yards rushing this year as Mikael McFarland. He wasn't supposed to get to 300 this year.
Yeah, and he's really come on the last couple of games, and I look to see him do that again tonight.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is, by the way, real quickly, on a completely side note, this is a non-football statement. I do want to really quickly wish congratulations to the newly appointed police chief in Poplar Bluff, Mike McLean, the new police chief. He is going to do phenomenal things. Obviously going to be hard shoes to fill for the retiring Danny Whiteley, but Mike McLean, I think he is the right man for the job, and I think he'll do phenomenal within time.
Oh, yeah, I think he'll be good. A nice transition. With some continuity there. He obviously knows how it runs, how the department has been run. He'll probably make some good changes to it now they're in their new facilities and all that. And he has a glorious mustache that just fits perfectly for the chief of police.
He really does. I put in for it, actually. I was in the running, but I got told it's your choice. You want the police chief, or do you want to keep doing high school sports? I couldn't give this up.
Oh, amen to that.
Okay, that may be a complete lie, but it sounded good.
Well, the risk is probably a little less.
Have you seen that?
Job.
Have you seen that ladder behind me? I'm not so sure about that. Right. That ladder's kind of wonky, John.
It is. I'm not sure the weight limit on that thing, but we better both not be on there at the same time.
Thankfully, my green drink hasn't been touched. Otherwise, they may not have been able to get up here tonight. So coming up next, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick timeout. We're going to let John figure out a way to wrestle up some hot dogs down there. I think it's still closed.
If anybody's on the way and they want to grab a hot dog on the way, we're on the roof of the press box.
We're on the roof of the press box. I'm Frankie Castile. He is John Scott. Tim Hicks is up on the roof as well. We're bringing you the live coverage exclusively right here on KWOC. We're on 93.3 FM, 930 AM Facebook. Our YouTube channel, it is youtube.com/River Radio PB. You can also watch the game on YouTube as well. We will step away. We've got a 3-minute timeout. Then we're going to come back with our coach's show. We will have Coach Dave Sievers coming your way in about 3 minutes from right now. You're listening to live coverage. It is Mules Football Live on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Caring for those you love also means taking good care of yourself. At Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, our healthcare providers take the time to identify your health risks and help you prioritize good health. Regular checkups and age-appropriate screenings are important to be healthy now and stay well in the future. With same or next day appointments and online scheduling, we make it easy to make an appointment right now. You can even see us from the comfort of your own home via telehealth. Put your health first today by making an appointment by visiting pbrmc.com and searching online scheduling. Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions, 785-1500.
Want a career and not just another job? It's waiting for you at Briggs & Stratton. Great pay, great benefits, and continuing education. Everything you and your family deserve. Go to careers.basco.com and look at Poplar Bluff job openings.
Christian Automotive and Tire. Quality name brand tires that you know and trust. They also have ASE certified mechanics that have the training, tools, and knowledge to fix your vehicle right the first time. Business 67 South in Poplar Bluff. Eye Care Specialists is committed to the protection and the preservation of the precious gift of sight. Nothing is more important than your eyesight. That's the way the doctors of Eye Care Specialists see it.
Time to go inside the game day locker room, presented by First Midwest Bank, a traditional customer service in a digital banking age, a locally owned and managed community bank who is efficient in responding to customer needs, proudly serving 4 locations in Poplar Bluff. All right, Coach, here we are. It is week 8. The Mules are back on the road, the final 2 weeks of the regular season. Tonight, we visit Kennett. Give me your thoughts here on the Indians coming in here tonight. They are 6-1.
Yeah, they're a good football team. You know, they're very competitive. You know, the New Madrid beat them a couple weeks ago on a ton of big plays. You know, so they do some things on defense that are going to give us some issues, you know, some of their lineups and some of the, you know, they bring some extra heat and stuff, which, we came down here a couple years ago and took a pretty good whipping, so this place has got some bad memories for us. You know, some of these kids were here, they remember that, you know, so that's kind of been a point of focus this week. But, offensively, they do a bunch of different formations, and they've got a power formation that we're going to have to make sure that we're ready to defend. So, we're expecting a really good ball game tonight, and we know that we're going to have to be ready to play.
One of the rare teams that we face all year, Coach, where they are very balanced. They can run the football quite effectively. They can throw the football quite effectively. Your thoughts on their two-dimensional game?
Yeah, that's something that, when you play an option team like we've done the last couple weeks, you know, it's always you take away the run game, make them throw the ball, make them do something they don't want to do. You can't really do that with a team that, that is more balanced, you know, because they're, like we try to be. We try and be as balanced as possible because you don't want to get too lopsided. You don't want to get too one-sided unless you're just that, dominant in one area of the game. And so, they're balanced. We're going to have to be ready for everything and make sure that the kids. The last couple weeks it's been, just stressing assignment football because of the option. And tonight it's going to get back to, flying around and just playing defense, because it's a more conventional offense. So we're going to have to, be ready.
Looking at our offense here tonight, Coach, our Mules, the last 3 ball games, they are putting up points. Our defense giving up very rare points. Your thoughts on us? And I feel like we're getting better as the season progresses.
Yeah, we are. I mean, it's no secret that that we struggled early, and to the kids' credit, they just kept working, and I try to be a pretty spiritual guy and religious guy, and everything happens for a reason, I think, and I think the reason that we started 0-4 is because this bunch needed something to rally around, and they've kept getting stronger, and they've worked really, really hard. So we're excited about where we're at right now. I told the kids we're 1 game away from getting back to scratch, and then the season will start. But we got to take care of business tonight, and just hope that we're balanced and can do what we need to do.
We all know, Coach, that homecoming can be distraction for the coaches and for the kids. What were some things that you liked last week about the Mules in their win over Farmington?
Well, we came out ready to play. The thing about Farmington is it's really hard to prepare for them because no matter how much you scheme and how much you practice, you can never duplicate what they do with your scout team. No offense to our scout kids, but the option is very hard to get ready for. And so we came out ready to play, and it's like none of the extra stuff that was going on seemed to be a big distraction, and we came out ready to play, and we played hard for 4 quarters. We need to be a little bit more balanced on offense. Like I said, I'll take scores any way we can, but I think the game got a little close there in the second half because when you play a team that's going to grind on you, and then you go out and hit an 80-yard run and put the defense back on the field, like I said, I'll never take points off the board, but we're still looking to be more ball control offense. I think one of the reasons that Farmington had a little more success in the second half is because the defense. They were just on the field a lot, and you're asking those kids to play that many snaps against an aggressive offense. It's hard to do. So I was telling somebody the other day I would much rather have a drive that took 24-yard plays than one 80-yard play, but we'll take them as we can get them.
Switching gears on you just a moment, looking at the district standings as of today, we are in the 4th spot, and Fox is right behind us. 2 games left tonight and then again next week at Hillsboro. Where do you see this team finishing when it comes to Week 9?
Well, we need to win tonight, obviously, for a lot of reasons. But the primary reason, I just keep telling the kids that we can't take steps back, and if things hold true, Kate beat us earlier in the season, so we can't jump them, and Jackson's probably got a good enough lead that we're not going to catch them. So I don't see either of the teams I don't see Cape or Jackson or Oakville falling to us that far down. So right now, if we take care of business, we're locked into the 4th seed, and if things hold true, we'll host Fox again here in Week 10, and that's hopefully by the time we play Week 10, we're firing on all cylinders.
Any key injuries here tonight, Coach, or for the most part, are we all looking good?
No, I think we're pretty healthy. I mean, it's Week 8, so we got bumps and bruises, and kids spending a little extra time in the training room maybe, but we've had a pretty good week of practice, and we're like I said, football's a tough sport, and kids. Well, we got some kids that are working through some stuff, and we got some kids that get new bangs and bruises every day. So but for this late in the season, we're in pretty good shape.
As bad as things were to begin with, 0-4, have the kids comprehended we're 1 game away from erasing all that, getting back to 500?
Yeah, that's what I keep telling them. I say, this week puts us back to scratch, and preseason's over, and then it's time to go. So it was a really disappointing 0-4 start to the season, and I still don't know exactly why things didn't gel for us early, but I think one of the biggest things that we've done is offensively we've tried to simplify things, and I think the kids have all responded, and I'm thinking that we're in a pretty good place right now, and because we've shown offensive improvement every week, and hopefully we continue to do that tonight.
All right, Coach. So to beat Kennett, to get to 500, what does your team have to do to secure that victory here tonight, Coach?
Well, it's pretty simple. We just have to be a disciplined football team, and we have to be ready for this is a big game for Kennett, because they're a couple classes smaller than us, and so they're going to be up to play. We just have to be. I told the kids that this is a game that we need to come out and just dominate from the beginning. We need to come out and just assert ourselves and make sure that we take that next step forward and just come out and just play hard. Offensively, we've got to execute, and defensively, like I said, we got to fly around like we've done all season, and just continue to play hard.
All right, Coach. Best of luck coming up to you tonight. Go get them, and we'll see you guys afterwards.
Appreciate you. Thanks.
Coach Dave Seavers joining us live inside the Game Day Locker Room, presented by First Midwest Bank. Still to come, we've got your starting lineups, your keys to victory. It is kickoff, top of the hour. It is the Mules and the Kennett Indians. We are live here in Kennett. You're listening to Mules football on the Southeast Sign and Graphics.
Kevin's Auto and Tire is a family-owned one-stop shop for fast, friendly, and affordable automotive services with the latest tools and technology, as well as their time-tested automotive knowledge. They're guaranteed to get your vehicle fixed without breaking the bank.
Do you feel that rush of adrenaline? That's the feeling of over 100 years of Poplar Bluff football excellence. Let's make some history.
And touchdown! And welcome back now to Kennett, Missouri. It is the site of the football game tonight. So glad to have you alongside, and we've got a big audience already tuning in right now, Tim, on Facebook, on YouTube. Lots of comments coming in tonight. We've got fans from both Poplar Bluff. We've got fans from Kennett. They are tuning in tonight. Let me back up a little bit. Several comments coming in. Gina McCrary tuning in. She says hello to everybody. David Hadley tuning in. Good evening to you, my friend. Stacy Rommel is tuning in from Poplar Bluff. Glad to have you alongside. Let's see here. Rebecca Osborne, she is watching from Fisk, Missouri. How was the weather down there in good old Fisk? My good friend Ron Withrow, he is tuning in as well tonight. And Gina, she is tuning in from Missoula, Montana. Glad to have you alongside. Darlene Jackson, she is watching us from Kennett right here. And Judy Dare, she says, let's go Mules. I like it. Keep those comments coming in. Lisa Pfister, oh my goodness. Lisa John, he has got 3 sodas in his hands. And how many hot dogs is that in his hand, Tim? That was a lot of hot dogs. He is getting ready tonight. So good to have you on, Lisa. Glad you are with us. Ron Withrow, yes, Bruce Suter died last night, the Cards pitcher. Yes, he did. Thank you for the update. Let us know where you're watching from here tonight and what team you were tuning in to watch, whether it's Poplar Bluff, whether it's Kennett. We want to have a great showing tonight, and we are back. We have worked all week long to make sure the issues that we had last week are not going to happen tonight. We're going to work very hard to make sure that happens. So tonight, sit back and relax as the Mules get ready to take on the Kennett Indians, and we are getting ever so closely now to the districts, and lots of football going on here tonight. Other games, we're talking about Caruthersville taking on East Prairie. Hayti, they are at Malden later on this evening. Portageville is going to take on Kelly. Also Central Park Hills, that should be a good one, taking on the Dexter Bearcats. Donovan, they are looking for their first win tonight. They may get that, taking on Chaffee. Also, New Madrid, they are state ranked. They are just up the road from us. They are taking on Sykeston. Here, besides our game, here might be the game of the night. Cardinal Ritter is taking on Hillsboro. We're going to see Hillsboro next week. They are both 6-0. And then in our district, Jackson taking on Holt. Should be a good ball game. Jackson 5-2. Holt is 6-1. Oakville takes on Seckman. Let's hope that Seckman gets a win there. Parkway South, they're at Fox. We want Parkway South to win that ball game. We want DeSoto to upset Cape Central. And, of course, Poplar Bluff is taking on the Kennett Indians. So let's go ahead now and go downstairs for the playing of our national anthem. This is by the band here out of Kennett, Missouri. Outstanding job by the Kennett Marching Band with our national anthem. Let's get back to the districts that we were talking about right now. Jackson, Oakville, Cape Central, Poplar Bluff, Fox, Melville, and Webster Groves. Right now, it appears that Poplar Bluff is locked in as a 4 seed, and the reason why that is that they did defeat Fox. So Poplar Bluff in the driver's seat here tonight to possibly host a playoff game in week number 10. That's going to be something that we're going to be watching all night long. If the Mules can get a win here, then we have all but secured at least a number 4 seed. I don't see a scenario. I thought I did last week, but the numbers may not be there. I don't think Poplar Bluff, even with a win tonight, even if we knock off state-ranked Hillsboro next Friday, I don't see a scenario unless Oakville loses tonight against Seckman. I don't see Bluff getting to a 3 seed. I do think we are locked in at a 4 seed. That means a home playoff game against Fox again in week 10. So we'll see what happens coming up with this contest here tonight. Miss Jeannie Westmoreland tuning in. She is watching out for Connor Stevens in Piedmont, Missouri. Glad to have you alongside. Make sure and hit that share button for us. We're going to have ourselves a good time. The Mules, by the way, they lead the all-time series against Kennett, 48-20-7. And by the way, these two schools, they have split the last 2 seasons literally by almost identical scores. Last year, the Mules won 41-19, and then last year, or I should say Mules lost 41-19 2 years ago. They won last season 41-15. That took place in Poplar Bluff. So this game, it is the third game of the rubber match, so to speak. Tonight, we'll see who comes out on top. And for the Mules, they're going to have a 1-2 combo right now. Mikael McFarland, he'll be in the backfield. He is averaging about 6 yards per carry. Oh, by the way, 5 touchdowns on the ground. He is getting close now to 500 yards on the ground this season. He is 81 yards away from that. Also, we might see make that Amari White. He is also dressed out here tonight. We'll see if he takes any snaps here, and we'll see if he gets any carries. He is dressed out. We're not sure if he is actually cleared to play. He'll be a game-time decision. All right, John. I told Lisa Pfister, she's watching us on social media, 1, 2, 3 sodas, 1, 2 Reese's, and a couple of hot dogs. How were the hot dogs here in Kennett, first off?
Well, I'll tell you what, Frankie.
Because you made a mess with that mustard. You made an absolute mess.
They had better mustard here, but it did get sort of away from me.
Okay.
It was a little bit like Monty Python's Search for the Holy Grail, but I did locate some hot dogs, and it was the first time, Frankie, that I've been at a concession stand, and they were giving away free hot dogs with one catch. They were cold.
Got you. Okay.
And so they said you could pay your $2 for a hot one, or you could have a free cold one. So I
I've got a cold one.
Well, I should have gotten you the cold one, but I paid the $2 for the hot dog. And I'll tell you what, Frankie, maybe it was that they toyed with my emotions by staying closed, tricking me. I don't know, but it was a good hot dog.
It was a good hot dog.
It wasn't as good as our hot dog, but it was a nice big dog, had a good bun. The mustard was nice.
Right.
Concession stand was a little bit crowded because they didn't open, and they were a little bit scrambled covering it. But I will say, I am impressed with the Kennett hot dog. We'll see how it is tomorrow morning.
Well, you made me worried because as you were walking up here, I told Lisa, I said, "My goodness, look how much is in his hands." I mean, I wish Tim would have got that on camera because that was impressive.
One thing I learned, I've learned this year going around to all these other stadiums is I feel like we charge a little too much at our concession stands at Poplar Bluff. I hate to say that for the Booster Club guys listening.
Oh,
but,
my goodness.
You know, if you put me in a line where I can get a $2 hot dog and a $1 drink and a $1 Reese's peanut butter cup, I'm going to spend every dollar I've got in my pocket, which is exactly what I did.
All right, so here we go. We're going to have some fun here tonight. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're having a great time on the radio. Thank you so much for tuning in on the radio, Tim. If you don't mind, why don't you spin that camera around? We're going to test this hot dog theory out because don't move away, John. Don't you move away.
I got a face for radio, Frank.
I typically don't eat hot dogs, okay? So we're going to see John says this hot dog is really good. So we're going to see. Here's the hot dog right here. I'm going to move over to the camera just a little bit. My camera there, Tim.
Nice mustard.
I don't think I want the mustard because you made an absolute mess with
I used
that
every
mustard.
napkin we had on.
You
one
did,
packet of
and we may need to get some more napkins. Let me move over, Tim. All right, so are we in camera now? Very good. So here's the hot dog. You say it's a good hot dog, right?
Good dog.
All right, let's find out for sure. You keep talking if you want to.
Yeah, no, it's you can tell a lot by the quality of a dog. First, you need a good sized dog. That's what we call a 4x1, which means 4 of those equals a pound. A quarter-pound dog, and the bun has to be soft. It doesn't need to be a bun that's been around for a couple of weeks, and I feel like they've got it.
So, first thing, these are good hot dogs. These are farmland hot dogs.
Yep.
But you must have got this for free. It's pretty cold.
Well, we're sitting up here in the breeze of Mount Everest of Dunklin County up here. The highest place
Tim,
in the county we're sitting.
Just so we're clear, we're going to win tonight. You know why? I have the green drink, folks.
Got a good mix.
Grandma told me to get the green drink going on. We're going to win.
Yes, good.
And by the way, just in case you guys are wondering, Misty has gained 20 pounds after all that treat she got last week.
That's excellent. Tonight, hopefully, the poor dog will be full of treats. Tonight.
So Lisa says, John, you are the hot dog expert. So there you go.
I've spent a lot of time studying the dog, Frankie.
So what we're going to do is we've got 7:45. You studied the dog. We've got 7:40. Oh, my goodness. I spit everywhere. And that's on camera, Tim. Oh, my goodness. That's good. It's crazy. So we're going to go to a quick timeout here, and we're going to come back. And you've been thinking about this all week long. What about our keys to victory? I'm assuming you've got them ready to go.
Absolutely. I've been thinking day and night. All week long, 7 days, all week thinking about it.
All right, we're going to be doing that next, coming up, presented by Air Solutions in Poplar Bluff. Thank you again for tuning in, and man, we're so glad that we're able to be here tonight in Kennett. Thanks again to all of you for tuning in, whether it's on the radio, Facebook, and YouTube. John, I'm ready for a great night. What about you?
It's going to be a good night of football down in the Boot Hill, Missouri.
Yes,
sure.
It is. We're going to, that scared the fire out of me a little. We're right here by the speakers. My goodness. So here we go. We'll go to a quick timeout. We'll come back, and we will have your keys to victory coming up in about 1 minute from right now. You're listening to Mules Football on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Protecting your toys are just as important as protecting your daily driver. First Choice Insurance can help find the coverage for your ATVs, boats, and campers that will give you peace of mind and not break your bank. So don't forget to allow First Choice Insurance to review your insurance needs today.
All right, we are back here live in Kennett, Missouri. John, you're right. That was a pretty good hot dog. It may have been on the chili side, but it was a good hot dog indeed. All right, it is now time. I'm going to finish my hot dog. You give us our keys to victory. It's all being brought to you by Air Solutions in Poplar Bluff.
Frankie, the number one key to victory tonight is going to be that our offense continues to grow and produce what they've been the last couple of games. Quarterback play needs to remain confident, which it's gotten so much better Mason West. I want to see a good mix of the run and the pass game. So offense needs to come out and do what they do. And our second key to victory is going to be our defense stepping up, getting some takeaways. This Kennett team could score some points. We need to take away their possessions as best we can. I'd like to see Chris Matlock add to his interception total for the year, or maybe the fumble total for the year. And I would like to see our special teams tonight. Our guy, Jaredon Young, flipped the field with his punt. So I'm going to say special teams punting, quarterback play, and our defensive takeaways.
Very good keys indeed. Sorry for the audio there. It was pretty loud up here. We're right by the speaker. As you can hear, I'm still finishing up my farmland hot dog. So feel free to comment on anything you want to while I finish up on one more bite here.
Yeah, you've got a good palate, Frankie, to pick that out as a farmland hot dog, because that's what it is, and it's good. Yeah, you know what? So far, Kennett, I'm surprised it's not real crowded with Kennett folks. We've got a good contingent of Poplar Bluff folks down here, but I will say I like the stadium atmosphere so far. I like their music. I like their music selection. It's good and loud, and it's got a good vibe down here. I must admit, it's a good vibe here in Kennett.
It really is indeed. And the Mules here coming up, we're going to introduce you to our captains as we get set for week one. Typically, I don't eat on the air, so this is pretty funny. John got me with a hot dog, and I thought it was going to be kind of bad, but it actually wound up being pretty good.
I feel like you should do a show, Frankie, and just do taste tests and food. We could go around.
We could do a good job doing that.
Gas station food. If you want to talk about gas station food, if we have a rain delay or something, we could spend some time talking about gas station food.
We're not going to have a rain delay here, I don't believe. I think tonight is going to be absolutely perfect. So now let's go back to our Facebook feed. Let's talk a little bit to Leanne Malden rather. She is tuning in. Let's go Mules. Stacy Rommel tuning in. Also Lisa Pfister. She says, Mule Pride. Let us know what team you're going for tonight. We're going to have a great time. Let's see here. Kimberly Smothers. She is driving back. I think it said from St. Louis, from Children's Hospital. She's going to watch some football. So, Kimberly, thank you so much for tuning in. And now it is our captains here tonight for Poplar Bluff, Mikael McFarland. Amari White is out there for the first time for Poplar Bluff. He is wearing number 22. Also out there for the Mules. I can't see some of those numbers as they're being blocked. We'll switch over to Kennett here in just a moment until it'll be interesting to see as Coach Sievers is making his way out there. Coach Webster for Kennett. He is in his second season, by the way. For the Kennett Indians, out there is number 7, Marshall Rogers. Also number 11, Tanner Pierce. We'll say his number a lot tonight. Number 13, Brooks Niggett. And number 75, Evan Parker. Those are the captains for the Kennett Indians. It'll be interesting if the Mules decide that they want the football first here, John, or if they want their defense to go out there.
I think tonight we're going to kick.
You think so?
Yeah, I think we will defer tonight. I'm wrong.
By the way, Lanny Corchamilia. There you go, Lanny. I got that right for you. He says, John, don't mess up our winning streak.
You know, Lanny's funny. His brother Jeff was in good old class of 90, and for 42 years of my life, we did not pronounce the last name correctly. And now we finally figured it out. So, yeah, you're right, Corchamilia.
That's right. Lisa, she picked up on the pink socks here by Kennett. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So the coin goes in the air, and we'll see exactly. Looks like Mules have won the toss. So now we'll see what the Mules want to do with it here. So Kennett's going to elect to go on the left side of the football field at the 50. Dane Dugas is out there. Also, number 72 for the Mules. Good luck. He is out there for Poplar Bluff, our captains here tonight. Here we go. So now the coin toss is over, and we are about to get underway. What I want to know is, I understand who the Pepsi belongs to, who the Mountain Dew belongs to, but what about the Reese's? Are you going to eat all those?
No, Frankie, I got these for all of us.
Well, bless your heart.
Tim got one. I got one for you, and
I got
goodness. One. Maybe I might be forced to eat one later.
You might be forced to eat one later. I've got a feeling you're going to eat one. All right, so we are about ready now to get started. I'm excited. Make sure and share this video feed for us. We've got Mules Trivia coming up in just a little while here tonight. We're going to give away a gift card from Academy Sports and Outdoors, and we're going to give away this awesome grill, Weber Grill, here in just a moment. So Mules have won, and it looks like they have elected to receive first, so you were wrong again.
0 for 3 on that. That looks like a little bit of wind tonight, and we're going to have the wind at our back in the first half. Kennett, I'm sure, probably did that on purpose.
Oh, absolutely.
Not a big wind, but enough to make a difference for sure.
So Chris Matlock, he is about to return. Jose Flores is going to kick off. So glad to be up here in Kennett, Missouri. John Scott alongside. I'm Frankie Castile. Tim Hicks, he is on the camera, and he does a phenomenal job, the best in the business. Here we go. It is week 8 about to begin. Kickoff time is 7:01. Here we go. This one is going to be kicked near the 30-yard line. The Mules got a fall on it, and I think Kennett got it. I think Kennett has recovered. They absolutely did. A miscue by the Mules, and Darlin Davis is going to be the man to begin with.
Well, it's an unfortunate thing. I think what caught him off guard was, we're playing on a different field here. We're used to that turf where it bounces a little bit, and that ball just hit and died right there.
It absolutely did, and it'll be 1st and 10 on the 28-yard line of the Mules, and that is not where the Mules wanted this to begin. So Darlin Davis is going to be the man to pick it up. And we are now underway, and Kennett now is going to come in 1st and 10 on the 28-yard line of Poplar Bluffs. And there we go. There's a handoff. This one is going to go up the middle. And this one is Daniel Boatman. Boatman, you've got to watch him here. He is going to run up the score if he gets the opportunity. Boatman is averaging about 8 yards per carry, and he is going to get about 4 yards on that carry, and that'll bring up 2nd down and about 6, or make that 2nd and 4. So once again, the outside carry is not going to get much. Daniel Boatman again on the carry, and he is going to get to maybe about the 25, so he's going to lose a yard or so. And that's going to bring up 3rd down coming up, so a loss of 3 yards, and that's going to make it now 3rd down and a little bit long here for the Kennett Indians. Mules turn the football over. Not a good start here for Poplar Bluff. Here is the handoff again. They are just going to flush it to the first man through and no gain. So the Mules defense does a great job on the stop there. This one is going to be handed off to Marshall Rogers, and Rogers is going to be stopped on the 25-yard line, going to bring up a 4th down and about 7. So Kennett now with the football, and we'll see what they do here on 4th down. It looks like they're going to go for it, maybe a handoff to Boatman up the middle.
Yeah, and, really would be nice to flip the momentum right here and get a stop.
So 4th down coming up here. Tanner Pierce under center. They're going to bring some more men on the right side. At 4th down and about 7 to go. Here's a high snap, and Pierce is going to throw this time, and it's going to be completed. It'll be a 1st down. It's going to be – I think he got it.
Oh, that's a pretty generous spot.
I think he got the 1st down.
Well, looking at the guy over here, it looks short. The guy on the other side, no, that's going to be that's a turnover.
Is it a turnover on downs? I thought he got it. Are they going to come out and measure it?
The sideline guy over here is on about the well, it's close.
It's very close.
Nope, they stopped him.
So they stopped him. So good job by the Mules defense. And Mules defense, after a huge stop, will come off the football field. And Poplar Bluff, very fortunate on that one. It'll be a turnover on downs, and the Mules will regain. They will have the football now. So turn of events here as the Mules got it, and they could not come up with it on the opening kickoff, and Kennett was able to re-grab it. It'll be a penalty on the play, but it's going to be declined. It's going to be 1st down, Poplar Bluff. So nevertheless, the Mules will have it now inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line, and that's where it'll bring up a 1st down coming up here.
That was odd, Frankie. I looked like he got it, but they marked it back, and then it looked like on one side of the field they had it marked a 1st down. On the other side of the field they had it a turnover. So, hey, we'll take it.
So it's a turnover on downs at 10:07 to play here in the first half, or the first quarter rather. It'd be 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line. Mason West and company. He'll hand the football off to the first man through. Not going to get much. Mikhail McFarland, he is 81 yards away from 500 yards here this season. So far, he'll get just maybe a yard or two on the carry. Not going to get much. So they're going to give him one officially on the play. 2nd down and 9 to go. Mules now with the football. Eric Wallace is tuning in. He is from scenic St. Louis, Missouri. Lee Wallace is tuning in. Glad to have you alongside in Evansville, Indiana. Here's the pass outside to Darius Graham. Graham makes a miss, and he is going to have a Mules first down. He'll be out across the 30-yard line. Good job by Darius Graham, and the Mules are now moving those chains.
Nice little move after the catch. Picked up some good positive yards.
He's going to get all the way out to about the 33-yard line. Gain of 13 yards. 1st and 10, Poplar Bluff. So now we will see what the Mules here are going to be able to do on 1st down and 10. Mason West going to hand the football off to Mikhail McFarland. He'll get near the 35-yard line to be brought down. His 2nd carry of the game. Doesn't get a whole lot, but he does get a little bit. So Mikhail McFarland picks up a couple of yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 8 to go. So Mules did turn the football over to begin with. Good news is for Poplar Bluff, they were able to stop them on defense. Mules right now in 3 plays, 16 yards. Kennett had 4 plays for just 9. Mason West, low snap. He'll throw it out to the far side. This one is completed. It'll be near the 1st down sticks. Romeo Wanter, he will get the completion, and it'll be out to about the 41. So a gain of 6 yards on the play.
Nice strong pass, Mason West. A long pass, but it was crisp. Got there on time. So far, the offense is clicking pretty good.
3rd down and 2 coming up. The Mules 27% here on 3rd down conversions. 21 out of 77 for the season, John.
Not a terrible stat. Would like to see a little bit better, but they've had some big ones.
Our good buddy Lanny Corchamilia, he is tuning in from Bushwoods in Poplar Bluff. They are streaming the game right now. There is a...
Well, it's a good second effort.
That is another Mules.
1st down.
1st down,
I'm getting better. I'm getting better. That was a great effort after contact.
Out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Mikhail McFarland moving those sticks. 8:17 to play here in the first half. We've got Mules trivia coming up here in just a few moments. Big audience right now on YouTube. Big audience on Facebook as well. Eric Wallace, he is back home in Kenmore, Washington next weekend. Glad to have you close here to Southeast Missouri this time around. There's another handoff to Mikhail McFarland, bouncing outside, out across the 50, and he'll be inside at Kennett territory, and he'll be close to another 1st down, a couple of yards short. He'll move it to the 47-yard line, or 48-yard line rather, of the Kennett Indians. He picks up 6 yards. 2nd down and 4 coming up.
Well, Mikhail's really gotten better as a running back as the year's gone on. Really sees the field well, finds the hole right. The whole team has gotten better as the year's gone on, but he's really stepped up his game.
Absolutely indeed. So Ed Norton tuning in. He said, did your color guy get a Bill's barbecue? What does that mean? What does that? You'll have to explain that in just a moment. Mikhail McFarland always going to be tripped up. Good tackle there behind the line. He was taken down by Marshall Rogers of the Indians, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and long. He is going to be marked back at the 50-yard line. 2-yard loss by Mikhail McFarland, and now it is 3rd down and about 6. So Kelly Skaggs is tuning in to the football game here tonight. Glad to have Miss Kelly tuning in. She has done a lot for the city of Poplar Bluff. Mason West nearly picked off, and good defense by the Kennett Indians, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 7. In this situation, John, do you go for it here, or do you punt the football away near midfield?
Well, I'd kind of like to flip the field. Yeah, punt it, get it down there, put them on about the 3.
I think you go ahead and punt the football away, and Coach Sievers may agree with me. Coming out now is Jared Young. He will punt the football away. Young this season, he has done remarkable punting the football. 32 punts here this year. 5 pins inside the 20, no touchbacks, averaging 33 yards per kick. So now we'll see what Young has in store on this 4th down. Play clock is running down to 2. Just gets it away. This one, good kick, and this one's going to go inside the 10-yard line. What a kick by Jared Young. None on the return, and that's what you were talking about during your keys to victory. Young pins them back deep. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Indians.
Very nice punt. You know, Jared has had an excellent year punting all season. It's funny how he does it, but, man, he puts it right down there inside the 5, inside the 10, time and time again. And that makes a huge difference in a game like this.
It really does. I believe it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 13-yard line. 37-yard kick, none on the return. 6:18 to play here in the first quarter. No score as the Kennett Indians now coming out, and they will return on their second plays of offense. They were able to get just a couple of yards on the first one, about 9, unable to get a first down. Daniel Boatman coming into the game, averaging nearly 8 yards per carry. However, Tanner Pierce is going to throw, and Chris Matlock got him. Chris Matlock with a sack all the way at the 1-yard line. What a play by Chris Matlock.
Really nice, close to a safety. I thought he had him. Chris is so fast when they blitz like that. He's all over the quarterback.
He loses 12 yards on that play, and what a tackle by Chris Matlock. 2nd down and 22 to go.
That will get our safety, Frankie. We're going to go for the record for safeties in a season.
Hey, I'm okay with all of that.
Be a good trivia question someday.
So now the Mules in defense mode here. They are really picking apart the Kennett Indians. There is a quick pass outside. It'll be good to Caleb Duncan, his 2nd catch of the football game. And he will have a couple of yards. And that's still going to bring up 3rd down and long. They're going to move the ball to about the 8-yard line. So a 7-yard gain. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 15 to go. 5:10 to play here in the first quarter. Tanner Pierce, shotgun formation. He may keep it himself. He will. The Mules are not going to let him through. Trying to see who the first man through that made the tackle. I thought that was Connor Stevens, rather. Number 8, he was there. There is Josh Alcorn. He was there too. Mules not fooled whatsoever as Tanner Pierce is going to get it to about the 11-yard line. It's going to bring up a 4th down, 4th and 12. Tanner Pierce now, he is the punter. He is lining up like he's going to throw it. He'll kick the football away, no doubt. He's not going to try to throw the football here. He gets some space, a low kick. It does take a Kennett bounce all the way inside Mules territory to about the 46-yard line. And that's where the Mules will take over. Pretty good kick here as the Mules. It'll be a 43-yard kick with none on the return. 4:18 to play in quarter number 1. All right, Tim, you ready to go? Let's do some trivia here tonight. What do you say? We didn't do this last week. We're going to do it this week, though. Here we go. Our first half question presented by Air Solutions. Don't look at the answer. You're cheating already, John.
I can't see that far, Frankie.
What I want to know is who holds the record for the longest touchdown run in Poplar Bluff Mules history. Was it Russell Vaughn, Jerry Hinchy, Jarek Blackman, or Rodney Kennedy? There you go, A, B, C, or D. The winner on this question gets a gift card courtesy of Academy Sports and Outdoors, and there is a penalty against Poplar Bluff. It'll be a false start. So false start here by the Mules, and that's going to back them up 5 yards. That's 1st and 15 now. Make sure and submit your answer right now on Facebook. And if you've got the right answer, we will hook you up with a $25 gift card courtesy of Academy Sports and Outdoors. Make sure and share this video. Andrew Jefferson, he says the bacon is a sizzling. Bring it on home for the victory, Poplar Bluff. What is a Bill's barbecue, John?
Well, I did not have a Bill's barbecue.
Well, what is a Bill's barbecue?
Well, I would guess it's a barbecue from Bill's.
Okay.
I don't know. That's some Ed Norton talk. It may be something completely different.
Okay, I just wanted to know what that exactly meant. 4:15 to play. Another flag comes out. There was those red flags that Kimberly was talking about. Another false start against Poplar Bluff. Kimberly, calm down. I know. That's 2 right in a row, false starts against the Mules. You know, coming into the football game, the Mules have racked up 41 penalties all season for 357 yards.
Yeah, that's not great. Those last 2, that's something's going on. I don't know if it's the snap count or the cadence, or it's not loud here, so he's got to be able to hear. It seemed like a miscommunication between the quarterback and the center maybe on that one.
Maybe so. Mules now coming back out here, 1st down and 20. We're making our way backwards here. Mason West getting his confidence here. There's a pass outside. Good contact there. Good defense on the outside. And that's going to be incomplete. And good defensive stop there by William Parker. Incomplete. 2nd down and about 20 to go. You look nervous here tonight, John. Are you okay? Did you?
Yeah.
That Bill's barbecue threw you off a little
Climbing
bit.
up and down that ladder over there, up onto the mountaintops of Dunklin County, it's not easy, Frankie. I didn't bring my climbing gear.
You know what I heard is, I heard a funny story that I may get in trouble for telling you, but I did hear that the second bus that was carrying some of the Mules players ended up in Malden today. There's a long pass, well overthrown. It was intended for, looks like, Chris Matlock. That'll be incomplete. 3rd down and about 20. I was going to say that the Mules, one of the Mules buses wound up in Malden here tonight instead of Kennett. It's here now, but it didn't wind up in Malden.
Well, you know, you remember when we opened the new stadium, I think it was Riverview Gardens or somebody.
Yes, I do.
And they got completely lost, and it was like 8 minutes before start of the game, and nobody had heard from the team for a month.
We got started very late that night. That was an 8:30 kickoff time. I'll never forget that. Make sure and get your answers right now on social media. We'll give away a grill later on. Matlock with a catch and run, and he's got some space. He's going to be tripped up. He'll be close to a 1st down. I think in this situation, you got to go for it. Matlock gets about 17 yards. It'll bring up 4th and about 2, maybe 4th and 3.
I agree, Frankie. I think 2 yards. That's a great run. Chris is so fast. I thought he was going to break that one loose, but yeah, they got to pick up this 1st down.
Yeah, that's an 18-yard pickup. They're going to give him a very generous spot. 4th down and 2. They're going to go for it here. I don't blame them. You got Mikhail McFarland. Oh, they jumped off.
Yes.
Kennett, I think, jumped off sides, and if they weren't, yes, it is, and that'll be a 1st down. So Kennett this time jumps off sides. So forget about the 4th down. Mules have it, 1st down and 10.
You know, it's a funny story, Frankie. Trevor Huffman, people probably know Trevor. He was our center back in the day, and there were times he would forget the count. And he was snapping the ball. Well, he couldn't remember the count, so he would just look over at his linemen. When they went, he would snap it, and sometimes the refs didn't see that.
Big audience here on social media. So glad that you guys are tuning in on Facebook or YouTube. And once again, Matlock gets the quick pitch, and he'll get a couple of yards. It won't be a 1st down, but it may be a 1st down. We'll see where they mark him out. He got at least 9 yards on that catch. They're going to mark him back to the 32-yard line, so a gain of 9, a 2nd down, and about 1 to go. So good yardage on 1st down.
Oh, yeah, Chris is so fast, man. I get the ball in his hands as many times as you can. He's a special athlete and good yards after the catch. And, really can't say enough about Chris. He needs one of those slants across the middle where he breaks it for a touchdown.
3:25 to play in the opening quarter, no score. The Mules are doing their best here to get inside the red zone. Mason West, he's got Darius Graham just out of his fingertips. Incomplete pass. It'll bring up a third down and short. I like the play call on 2nd and 1, and he had it maybe within reach of that football. Could have been a very big gain, maybe even a touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice pass. I was right on target. I think Darius let up just a little bit.
Just
lost
a little
a stride
bit.
or two, and then he couldn't quite catch up to it.
Mason West, 2 out of 3, or make that 2 out of 4 here in the first half. Just 19 yards here of offense through the air for the Poplar Bluff Mules. 3rd down and 1. There is the handoff. Mikhail McFarland this time. Kennett was wrapped up. What a good defensive stop by Evan Parker.
On the play.
5'11", 275.
I'm telling you what, he did a great job on the stop. Mikhail McFarland is going to get a couple of yards there in the minus category down to the 34-yard line. Mikhail McFarland, he's got 5 carries, or make that 6 carries in the football game for about 14 yards. Tanner Pierce is 2 out of 3 on the other side. He's got 13 yards passing. So now we're going to go for it. 4th and 2 West. He's got a man, Torrance Williams. Is it incomplete? Yes, it is. Incomplete pass, and the Mules have turned it over on downs with 2:37 to go in quarter number 1. Kennett now will come back out with the football. Our broadcast is presented by First Midwest Bank, Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty, Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. Also being brought to you by Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, Russians Towing, Air Solutions, and First Choice Insurance. Good ball game here early on, John, as either team not yet able to score.
Yeah, quite a barn burner. I like that call on 4th down. The play was there, just didn't quite work.
Boatwright runs right in to one of his own players. Boatwright is going to get out across the 35 to about the 37. So he'll gain about 3 to 4 yards on that carry, depending on where they mark him down.
On the play, bring up a 2nd down and 5.
So they're going to give him 5 yards. No, that's not 2nd down and 5. That's more like 2nd down and 6. He's on the 38-yard line, not 39. Come on now.
Yeah, they got to keep it right, Frankie.
I got to get this right. 2nd down and 6. There's another handoff to Boatwright. Boatwright is going to get his yards, and what a good tackle by the Mules. First man through, Logan Davis, and Boatwright is going to get maybe a couple of yards on forward progress, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. The Kennett Indians so far tonight on 3rd down, they are 0 out of 2, and the Mules want to make it 0 out of 3, and I don't blame them.
I don't blame them one bit, Frankie.
Here we go, 3rd down and 4, and it's going to be Tanner. Oh, good job by Tanner. The ball came loose. It's still loose. It's going to be a fumble.
Yep.
And who got it? Waiting for the signal, and Mules have the football. Matlock comes away, stripped the football, and it will be recovered by the Mules. A big turnover by the Kennett Indians on that exchange.
Our defense is really playing well. They're blasting off the ball and getting in the backfield quickly. Just blew that play up, and it didn't have time to work. Excellent defensive play today so far.
Yes, it is. So Mules recover the fumble. It'll be Mules football with 1:25 to go here in the first quarter of play. Poplar Bluff now, once again, they will have the football, so we shall see what the Mules will do with it. Our broadcast presented by Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, Patriot Auto Glass, Christian Automotive and Tire, Eye Care Specialist, and Larry Hillis Dodge. Mason West now going to hand it off to Mikhail McFarland. He's got some space. He is running toward the end zone. He's got one man to beat, and he will score! Touchdown Mules! 37 yards on the run.
Strength got that right there. Yes.
One play, one touchdown. Mikhail McFarland, 37 yards. That is his 6th touchdown of the season with that run, inching ever so closely to 500 yards for the season. So now Colton Palma coming up here for the extra point attempt. to make this a 7-0 lead for Poplar Bluff. Here is the extra point. It is up, and the Mules have scored. They lead by 7. You're listening to Mules football on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Patriot Auto Glass offers chip repair or glass replacement. They provide fast quality service done by experienced technicians. Ask about our veteran and first responder discounts. Call Patriot Auto Glass today at 573-840-5027. And remember, Patriot Auto Glass will come to you.
One play, 37 yards by Mikhail McFarland, his 6th touchdown of the season. And he is getting ever so closely now to 500 yards on the ground in the regular season. Congratulations on a big touchdown run by Mikhail McFarland.
Number 88, Hunter Clifford.
So now Hunter Clifford will kick it off for Poplar Bluff, his first kickoff here of the night. Clifford now, he's got a booming leg as well. This one near the end zone. Kennett has got to back up, and it's a touchback. What a kick by Hunter Clifford. And the Indians now will have it 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line with 1:13 to go here in the ball game. By the way, for those of you tuning in on social media, I think John said during that last commercial timeout, I was told, Tim, you're my witness, for every touchdown the Mules score tonight, John Scott, he buys everybody a hot dog watching.
I'm gonna get. I'll buy you one of those free cold Kennett hot dogs.
Gotcha, you betcha.
Many as you can handle.
Lots of booms on Facebook right now. They love what they have seen right now on first down first down. Right now, Cape Central, they lead 21-0 over DeSoto. Tanner Pierce goes downfield.
Out of bounds.
It's going to be out of bounds, and I believe it's going to be a catch. No, they're going to say incomplete.
Man, he caught it out of bounds.
I thought that was going to wind up and be a completed pass. Incomplete. Good job by Brooks Niggett. Tried to get that completed pass, but just goes out of bounds. By the way, looking at the latest stats right now on the Mules, Mikhail McFarland, he's got 7 carries, 47 yards. Mason West, 4 out of 9, 46 yards through the air. Tanner Pierce now, he is now 2 out of 3, 13 yards. Daniel Boatman, 4 carries for just 9 yards. 1:07 to play here in the first quarter. Mules lead by a touchdown. And we're going to get a whistle here. Timeout called. This one is going to be taken by the Kennett Indians. Our timeouts are being brought to you by Larry Hillis Dodge. Our broadcast presented by Briggs & Stratton, the Scott Law Firm, LLC, and Taco John's in Poplar Bluff. All right, for those of you watching on social media, there is our question. Who holds the record for the longest touchdown in Poplar Bluff Mules history? Is it Russell Vaughn, Jerry Hinchy, Jarek Blackman, or Rodney Kennedy? The winner is going to receive a $25 gift card from Academy Sports and Outdoors in Poplar Bluff. Now, coming up in our second question, we are going to give away a grill. And if nobody wins that, I think it automatically defaults to me.
We need to fire that thing up here, Frankie. We could warm those hot dogs right
Absolutely.
up. Keep it going.
1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. New Madrid right now, they are leading Sykeston 14-0 in the first quarter. So now Kennett now with the football on the 20-yard line. This one, Tanner Pierce now rolls out inside the pocket, and a catch on the opposite side. Colton Manning with a good catch for the Mules.
He still got it.
Give that man a uniform. Incomplete pass. You got that on camera. Oh, there it is. Oh, Colton will love that. Incomplete pass. Colton Manning, 3rd down and 10 now for the Indians for Kennett.
Good to see Nate Bunton back out playing.
Yes, it is.
Well, healthy again, back out. Good nose tackle. He's really blowing it up right now. He's pushing the center back and mixing up the backfield, and it's making them have to scramble around to try to do something different. So far, it's a good play.
This score makes me happy on 3rd down and 10 here. Just got a message from one of my compadres in Jackson that Holt right now. There's another sack.
Grounding.
No, they do complete the pass to Daniel Boatman, but what a great job by the Mules. They bring the house in, and that was by Logan. Is that by Logan Height, or is that none?
That was none.
Nope, Logan Height, number 25, was the first man through. Still going to be a completed pass, though, to Daniel Boatwright, but he is not going to get much. I believe he lost a lot of yards. No, they're going to say incomplete now. They changed it to incomplete, 4th down and 10. And in this situation, I will say that Kennett benefited from that.
Absolutely, they did.
So 4th down and 10, Tanner Pierce kicks it away. Another friendly roll. This one gets inside Mules territory. And Mules will have it now, 1st and 10 on their own 46, 47-yard line, with about 48 seconds left to play here in the first quarter of play. So we'll be on the 47. It is a 33-yard kick, none on the return.
For the 2nd consecutive year by beating Bishop DuBourg in the sectionals.
Can I give a shout out real quick, John?
I will allow it.
I know Grandma Jackie is tuning in tonight back in Poplar Bluff. She's loving the Mules right now. 3-game win streak, and you realize if we win tonight, the 3 or 4 games that we lost to begin with, all of that's erased, and the Mules go back to 500 after tonight. A lot of time. Mason West, quarterback keeper, and he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He is going to lose a couple of yards on that play. He'll be back to the 46-yard line, it looks like. It'll be a loss of 1 yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Ron Withrow says hi to Grandma Jackie. I bet Misty right now, as the play clock winds down, the Mules do not have to run a play here. I bet Misty is right now in Grandma's lap watching the game, wanting a farmland hot dog that John had earlier.
Yeah, finishing off a treat from that last touchdown.
You ain't kidding. You betcha. 7:32, by the way, as the Mules are going to let the clock run out. So here we go. Mules now as we get ready for the 2nd quarter of play. The Mules, they lead 7-0. You're listening to Mules football on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Scott Law Firm is experienced in estate planning and the preparation of documents like wills and trusts. Let the Scott Law Firm help you protect your family and pass along your estate according to your terms. Call Scott Law Firm today at 785-4688. Southeast Signs and Graphics of Poplar Bluff can handle all of your printing needs, from t-shirts, wall displays, banners, and so much more. Call their team at 573-772-5566 or get to southeastsignsandgraphics.com.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a 3rd-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
So we are back now. The Mules switching sides. They will go left to right on your radio dial. Also watching us on Facebook or YouTube. Want to have some fun?
For the first time ever.
All right, for the first time ever, he says. We'll tell you about it coming up. Mikael McFarland, he gets some blocking up front. He's got some space. He's got a man to beat, shoved out right by Kent Keith. I thought Kent Keith may have shoulder checked him there for a moment. So good run by Mikael McFarland, and he is inching closer now to 500 yards on the season. He is down to the 35-yard line. Make that 34-yard line, a gain of 20 yards, and a Mules
first down.
Oh, my goodness gracious. We've got to work on him a little bit.
I got to get pumped up, Frank. I was just thinking some deep thoughts up here.
Joe Stokely says, go Mules, let's beat Kennett. 11:51 to play in the first half. Mules driving again. This one over the middle. Torrance Williams. Oh, there's a flag, and that might be roughing the passer. Or is it going to be holding against Poplar Bluff? Woo! Holding call on the Mules, and that's going to back them up 10 yards. Well, the Mules have a 7-point lead. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for watching. No problems in the first half. Tim, we're gone. Oh, not yet. He says not yet.
Back to our regular scheduled programming.
Back to our regular scheduled programming. Well, we're having a lot of fun. By the way, back to my text message. Right now, Holt leads at Jackson 14-6. Holt is much better than Jackson. That's a text message from our compadres in Jackson.
Well, I'm glad to hear Jackson.
I'm glad to hear that.
Last week fiasco.
Oh, the ball comes loose, and Kennett, they have recovered the football. I believe Kennett, Mikhail McFarland lost it. It is Kennett football.
Ill-advised handoff. The Kennett defensive line did an excellent job of getting in the backfield. And that whole series, they were really getting pressure on the quarterback quickly, and that play probably should have just been a sack.
Yep. So it's going to be on the 47-yard line of the Indians. So Poplar Bluff now, 47-yard line, and a fumble. So now Kennett now with it, and Kennett is going to just carry it for a couple of yards.
Logan Davis in on that stop.
One of the play, bring up a 2nd down and 9.
2nd down and about 9 to go. That was Tolliver, by the way, that made the recovery for the Kennett Indians. So quickly now, as Kennett didn't get much, a couple of yards on that last play, and Pierce now to throw it. Oh, there's a lot of contact, but it was initiated by Kennett, so no flag on the play. Jay Soto did a phenomenal job.
And Connor Stevens really put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. It was a nice fake, but it did not fake Mr. Stevens.
No, it did not. So it'll be 3rd down coming up here. 3rd down and about 8. 3rd and 9, it looks like. So Tanner Pierce, there's the option outside to Daniel Boatwright. Boatwright is not going to have a 1st down. Morgan McIntosh says, let's go Mules. I got to tell you, I know she's tuning in right now. Morgan McIntosh doing a phenomenal job in downtown Poplar Bluff, John.
Absolutely a phenomenal job, no question about it.
After mark to the 41, make it a 4th and 5.
So it's 4th down and about 5. And if you're Kennett, I would say that you go for it here. They're going to line up as if they're going to go for it here. Tanner Pierce, Mules lead by a touchdown. Kathy Wilson says, let's go Mules. Mules are confused. They're not sure if they should back up or not.
Trying to draw them off. Didn't work.
Didn't work at all. We're going to get a timeout called by the Kennett Indians. It is their 2nd timeout of the half with 10:59 here to play in the first half. 2nd timeout issued or taken here by the Kennett Indians. They've got 1 left here in the half. Oh, my son Chance is watching us on YouTube here tonight. He says, where's my hot dog, John? He's a big hot dog guy.
I'll get one on the way out and drop it off.
I guarantee it. Mules football presented by First Midwest Bank, Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. Also being brought to you by Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, Russians Towing, Air Solutions, and First Choice Insurance. Mules here tonight. We have 19 plays, 109 yards. Kennett right now, John, 16 plays for only 15 yards. Within reason, we have kept Daniel Boatwright in check. Only 6 carries, 14 yards. Coming into this game, he is averaging nearly 8 yards per play.
On Thursday, October 20th at 5 p.m.
I've learned. Well, I'll get after this play. How about that?
All right. Tanner Pierce He was they tried to do some trickery there. They went for it, and it's not going to work. They tried to throw it outside the boat ride, and the Mules were all over him. It'll be a first down and 10. What a play by Clayton Stark, number 76. Stark is in there. He'll get the credit for the sack.
Very nice defensive play, Frankie.
And that will have all the way back on the 47-yard line.
I learned, Frankie, from a very reliable source that our very own cross-country track and swimming coach, Beth Lewis Muse, is a graduate of Holt High, so she's pulling for Holt tonight to beat
She's
Jackson.
pulling for Holt as well. Well, they lead 21-6. Let's keep that up. Mikael McFarland, he is making folks miss. He is down to the 45-yard line, about 9 yards, and that'll bring up a second down and about 1 to go.
Gain of 9 on the play, bring up a second down.
We get another score here, Frankie, we'll be in real good shape. Kennett doesn't seem like a team that is going to really run and gun much on this deal. They kind of like to run the ball, and we've been able to stop that so far, so I feel like a 2-score lead would be nice to have. How about you?
I agree. David Hadley said, I mentioned Morgan McIntosh, one of them classes of 2010. Best class, 2010.
Young pups.
Young pups. Mikael McFarland, what a good job by number 44, Caden Taylor. He was the first man through, and it's going to be a big loss for the Mules. We'll see where they mark him down all the way back on the 50-yard line, a -5 on the play. Third down and 7 to go. Mules on third down so far tonight. Entering today, they were at 22%. They are 1 out of 4 right now. By the way, Kennett is 0 out of 5 when it comes to third down conversions. I want to give away a gift card coming up at halftime. And
Good,
then I want to give away that grill.
My grill.
Although if nobody gets the right answer, that means it deflects back to me.
Yeah, you're always giving away my grill.
Third down and 6, or make that 3rd and 7 now. Mules, Mason West, he's going downfield to Matlock. Did he hang on to it? Yes, he did. It is a Mules first down on the 35-yard line. That is a pickup on third down of 15 yards. Give them, move those chains. You can hear the wind right now. The wind has not been an issue until right now.
Well, when you're up in the mountains like this, Frankie, the wind will blow.
Yes, it is. 21-0 right now. New Madrid, they are leading Sykeston. 28-0 Cape Central over DeSoto. Who's seen that one coming?
We'll see how that one plays out. There's still time left, right?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of time. So now Mason West gets it outside. There is a pass to Chris Matlock, and he's going to have another first down for Poplar Bluff. Or that was actually Mikael McFarland. Nope, it was not. It was Darius Graham. Those numbers look identical out there.
That's a sign of old age, Frankie. The 2 and the 7 and the 1.
That is a sign of being about 100 yards away from the play.
Like when you're up here in the clouds.
We don't have the monitors that Tim has. He can zoom in.
Yeah, when we're up here in the clouds.
That. We're right where?
In the clouds.
In the clouds. Out to the 24-yard line. A gain of 11 yards. 1st and 10. Poplar Bluff. Roger Faith says, very windy. Another fumble there by Mikael McFarland on the exchange. However, he's able to pick it up. Well, the one thing the Mules haven't done very well today is hang on to the football.
Now, a low snap, and I'll give Mikael McFarland credit for that. He realized he better just get on it, which he did.
It's going to be a loss of 3 yards on the play. Going to bring up a second down and 13 to go. Scoreboard's working. John Scott's got the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I've not been offered one yet, even though he says, hang on, you said it was mine, but you didn't open it for me or take it out of the wrapper. I thought I was your date tonight.
There's a 5-minute rule. If you don't eat in 5 minutes, it's anybody's.
Here we go. So Mason West now back to pass again. He's got a man out there in the flats. It is touchdown, Mules. Darius Graham. 27 yards.
A beautiful play, perfectly thrown, perfectly caught, right in stride. Excellent offensive series.
So 7:47 in the Mules now with 6 more points. They lead at 13-0.
You can have all these mustard packets you want, Frankie. Those are yours too.
Okay. Colton Palma coming up now for the extra point attempt to make this a 2-touchdown lead. It is up and it is good. And the Mules now lead by a score of 14-0. You're listening to Mules football on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. All right, we are back. A 27-yard pass by Mason West. Mules now have a 2-touchdown lead in this ball game. Mikhail McFarland has a touchdown on 64 yards. Mason West, 7 of 12 at 99 yards in the first half with the 1 touchdown. Kathleen Patillo is tuning in tonight, and Miss Kathleen, you'll be proud, and here's why. John and I and Tim, we gave up our press box booth for the coaching staff in Poplar Bluff.
Yes, we did.
That was nice of us.
Yes, it was.
And I told Coach Patillo next week at Hillsboro, he owes us dinner. There's a squib kick and nearly come out. Good job by the Mules. Jay Soto, the first man through. This kid is so good.
What I'm seeing, Frankie, so far, and I don't want to jinx anything, but it seems to me, Kennett's a good team. They run a good offensive set. They're crisp. They don't make mistakes. But I feel like that our guys are just bigger and stronger and faster a little bit at just about every position. And so far, we've just been able to sort of overpower them, at least so far.
It's a 28-yard kick, none on the return. At 7:45 to play. Oh, you don't have to do that, Miss Kathleen. My pleasure. We don't mind giving up our booth. They've got a better vantage point down there. There's an incomplete pass. Besides all that, we have a great view spot up here. It's not that cold, to be honest with you. A little bit windy. But I've already said if we start losing this game, I'm just going to walk over there to where Tim has that expensive camera and just push it off the edge. Wouldn't that be fun?
I'll just go ahead and get down the ladder when you do that. I'll go ahead and head north.
You mean, yeah, you're right, head north. Gotcha. 2nd down and 10 now. Having a great time here tonight for sure. There's a quick pass outside to William Parker. Parker is going to be tackled by Ben Conclaser. He'll get to the 35-yard line, so a gain of a couple of yards. Mules defense, they are doing their job right now. Make that 3rd down and 7 for the Kennett Indians. Can you believe next week, honestly, is our regular season finale at Hillsboro?
I don't believe it, Frankie.
It doesn't seem like it's supposed to happen this quickly, but it is. Pierce flush outside the pocket. This one is good for the reception. Riley Spencer gets his first catch of the ball game. Didn't get a whole lot there. Spencer is going to get near the 38-yard line, so another 3-yard pickup, another 4th down coming up. So the Mules defense doing it again, not allowing Kennett to have much. I got to do a better job on that scoreboard. We've got a timeout called by the Kennett Indians. It is their final timeout here of the first half, so already have used all 3 timeouts. Our broadcast here tonight brought to you by First Choice Insurance, also Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, Patriot Auto Glass, Christian Automotive and Tire Eye Care Specialist, Larry Hillis Dodge, Briggs & Stratton, the Scott Law Group LLC, and Taco John's. There is our trivia question. $25 gift card is up for grabs here. Who holds the record for the longest touchdown run in Mules history? Was it Russell Vaughn, Jerry Hinchy, Jarek Blackman, or Rodney Kennedy? If you know the answer, then give us a shout on Facebook. Make sure and share the video feed for us as well, and you can win a $25 gift card. Diana Taylor tuning in. I can't wait to see those guys at the showdown coming up this year. But I got to tell you, they love on my son way too much. They spoil him. They can't. He's been talking about the showdown for the last month. Tanner Pierce, good kick, and it's going to take a Mules bounce, and Mules are going to have pretty good field position. I was going to say, every showdown, he goes with me, and he hangs out. He sneaks off in the hospitality room. They load him up with sugar cookies, and let me tell you, he thinks he's a king.
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing that they do. Good tournament, and it won't be long, Frankie. It'll be showdown. You're going to do the whole thing this time, right? Are you doing it? No, you're not.
You're doing the whole tournament.
I'm doing the whole thing.
Watch.
Yeah. My voice won't work for that.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
We're gonna
go
do
for the state record.
We're gonna do the entire tournament again this year. I can't wait for it. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and we had so much fun last year doing that tournament that we're gonna do all 12 games. We're gonna do the 3-point contest, slam dunk contest on YouTube and Facebook. I can't wait.
You'll have 10 gallons of that green drink down before.
I usually have a big old thing of ginger and a couple of drinks. Boy, that wind really howling here right now. There is Mason West over the middle. Torrance Williams. It was in his fingertips. Good coverage by Darylyn Davis, and that'll be an incomplete pass. Mules have it second down and 10 to go. 6:36 to go here in the first half. Mules lead by a couple of touchdowns.
They're really looking at Torrance tonight. He's had 3 really good targets. Hasn't had a completion yet, but I like that call. And
absolutely.
He was open, and they're going to need him in the postseason, so might as well keep throwing. He'll get used to it.
Brent McCain watching us on YouTube says, "Let's go Mules." Also, Preston Goodnight. He is tuning in from East Carter. We saw him in action during the OFC baseball tournament. There's a handoff. This one going outside. There's a stiff arm by Chris Matlock. And Matlock not going to get a whole lot of yards there. And he's going to get out to about, well, they're going to give him a 4-yard gain. So out to the 42-yard line, or 41-yard line rather, a 3-yard pickup. Let's see here. First game on YouTube. Is this where you watch all the games? Yes, you can watch all the games for Mules right here. I'll read that comment, David, here in just a moment following this play. It's a long comment, so let me read it here in just a moment. 6:31 to play, 3rd down and 7. Mules coming up to the line of scrimmage. West, he's got a man there. Romeo Walter. It is a Mules first down in Kennett territory to about the 40, or make that 49 of Kennett. Maybe 48, depending on the spot. Don't believe the PA announcer is very happy because his tone has gone down.
Not quite as exciting as it was before the game. I like our time of possession, Frankie.
I do too.
You know, our defense is finally not having to play the whole game. Our offense is really doing a good job of chipping away.
Believe it or not, the Mules right now have held the football for just over 10 minutes. Kennett just over 7 minutes. So you're right. Time of possession in favor of the Mules. Mason West, 4 downs here. He's got a man. Matlock hits open. He is making some folks miss. He is near the 25-yard line. Another Mules.
First down.
First down.
That's that same play. Chris has scored on that, I think 2 or 3 times. He didn't break it this time, but I like that little, I don't know, you call that a slant, and he caught it well, but
23-yard pickup by the Mules. The Mules now are cooking with gas. Consecutive games by Matlock, over 100 yards receiving. He's already got 65 yards here in the first half. Mules, 199 of total offense. Kennett, by the way, 22 yards of offense in the first half. Mikael McFarland, he is going to go in, and he is going to score. Touchdown, Mules. His second rushing touchdown of the game. Add 6 more points for the Mules as Mikael McFarland gets his second touchdown run of the ball game with 5:52 to go in the first half. They lead 20-0. Don Parker Hicks says, a shout out from the Mules barn. It's USA theme over there. There they are. Right across the way, Colton Palma now with the extra point. It is up, and you betcha the Mules that now lead this game 21-0. You're listening to Mules football on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. And we are back, and Tim, if you can, get that camera across the football field. There they are. They're waving at us. They're right there to your left, Tim. There they go. We're going to zoom in on them, and it is USA theme over there tonight, John.
It's nice, Frankie. You know, Dawn Parker Hicks, her son, Parker Hicks, great cross-country runner and really a nice kid. I got to say, she's listening tonight. Polite kid, always says hi. Always has a smile on his face and runs really hard.
Clifford Hunter now gets it to the 10-yard line. A good kickoff by the Mules. It's being returned. Oh, my goodness. Kennett has got a man to beat. Jay Soto may not catch him. It is William Parker, and he is going to score. Touchdown, Kennett.
Not ideal, Frankie.
Not ideal at all. That is a 90-yard return.
Kickoff return, number 14, Will Gaines.
That is huge on special teams at 5:37 now. Kennett with a 21. They trail 21-6. Wow.
I can see why they've been squib kicking it now.
Yes, I can.
They may not want to go back to that.
And you know what? Tanner Pierce says, we're not going to line up. We're not going to go for the extra point. They're going to line up and go for two at 21-6. That tells me that Jose is not 100%. And they're going to hand it off to the first man through. It is up, and it is good. As
is that Evan Parker?
Evan Parker is right.
75, 5'11", 275, refrigerator Perry style.
21-8 is the score. And just like that, Kennett now, they take it 90 yards on the return. And just like that, Poplar Bluff still up by 2 scores, but man, special teams at Mules got burned on that one.
Yeah, not a good momentum shift there, but I'll give old 75 credit. I love to see my lineman get on the board. He took that snap, man, and he's a big freight train coming down through there. 6'11", 275 coming at you at the 2-yard line. That's a tough guy to stop.
So make sure on social media, we want to get as many shares as we can today. Now that we got all of our equipment, we think, fixed, knock on wood, Tim, I don't want to jinx ourselves. Give us a share on Facebook if you'd be so kind. Also on YouTube, a big audience on both platforms here tonight. We know this game is being streamed multiple ways, Facebook and YouTube. Matlock now will take it from the 15-yard line. He's not going to get a touchdown out of this, but he is still making folks miss. A good return.
Poplar Bluff returns the kickoff out to about the 37.
Still 5 minutes left in the first half. It seems like a long half. Plenty of time to get some more points on the board before halftime.
Yes, sir, indeed. Mules will have it now. 1st and 10 on the 38-yard line, it looks like. 23-yard return. 5:24 to play here in the first half. So Mules now lead it by 2 touchdowns, 21-8. Kennett will get the football here to begin the second half. So the Mules want to be able to put up some points on the board. Mason West, shotgun formation. They've got a man there, Romeo Walter. It's picked off instead. Brooks Niggett is going to get the interception. It was intended for Romeo Walter. He was right over the middle. And Kennett now, the momentum is starting to shift a little bit right at the 50-yard line. 49-yard line of the Mules. Brooks Niggett was right place at the right time.
And PA guys get a little more excited now, Frankie.
Yes, he is. 5 minutes and 20 seconds now. Kennett on the interception. They will have the football. So now Kennett quickly now to the line of scrimmage. There's a handoff, and he'll get a couple of yards.
On the carry,
number seven, Marshall Rogers is going to push it out to about the 46. It'll be a 3-yard gain at second down and about 7 to go. So momentum right now is starting to change course a little bit. Kennett now under 5 minutes. It is 8 o'clock on this Friday night. I'm Frankie Castile alongside John Scott. Tim Hicks is doing a phenomenal job as always on the camera. We've got a whistle, and I believe this one is a timeout, Poplar Bluff. So we'll step away with them. We'll take a 30-second timeout presented by Larry Hillis Dodge. Mules lead 21-8 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions. 785-1500.
Want a career and not just another job? It's waiting for you at Briggs & Stratton. Great pay, great benefits, and continuing education. Everything you and your family deserve. Go to careers.basco.com and look at Poplar Bluff job openings.
Oh, we are sitting here live right at 8:01 on this Friday night. Hard to believe it's already week number 8. One more game to go in the regular season, and I guess the bad news is, we'll drop the bad news on you now. Bad news is next Friday night, I believe I'm flying solo.
That's right, Frankie. I'm bailing out on you.
He is done. He has had enough.
I've had it with this.
There's a good run by Daniel Boatwright. He's got a first down, and he'll be inside the 35-yard line to about the 34. That is the biggest run of the night for the Indians. And that is going to get a 12-yard pickup, a first down for the Kennett Indians. They are wasting no time. They are in no huddle right now. Another handoff to Boatwright. This time, he's not going to get nearly the yardage. Well, you know what? He spins around 2 defenders, and he'll get inside the 30. So about a 6-yard pickup, and we've got a Mules player down.
Bunton.
Yes, it is. Nathan Bunton. He is out there, and he is in some pain. The helmet comes off, and that's going to bring out Coach Sievers pretty quick. He is really the heart and soul of the Mules defensive line. You hate to see that. He has been through so many injuries this season. You hope he is okay, and he is going to lay on his back for just a moment. So hopefully we'll see what his condition is, if he's able to come back in the football game or not. Maybe it's going to be the knee area on the maybe the left knee, it looks like, John?
Looks like that. Hopefully he just tweaked maybe his previous, I think, hamstring or whatever it was. That it's been a nagging kind of injury that would come back on you. And hopefully that's all it is. Hopefully he'll be okay. But I don't like this momentum, Frankie. You can see Kennett's getting pumped. We really need to buckle down right here and get that momentum back and take control of this game back, because a team like this is dangerous. So they get going, all of a sudden they get that momentum and things get a little bit tougher. So hopefully Mr. Bunton will be okay. They're working on it. Looks like
they're working on it
a little bit.
David Hadley, is Misha going to be stingy with the playoff broadcast again next year? You know what, to be honest with you, I think this is the way Misha does the playoffs, I can see this being a thing in the future. And what he's meaning by that is, when we get the district playoff time, we're unable to do the broadcast. The good news is that Nathan Bunton is on his feet, walking off on his own power. We're unable to do the live broadcast on Facebook and YouTube, but we've got to use Misha's platform, and that charges folks $10 a broadcast. Not us. We don't get paid for it. But we will provide the video just for those who do want to purchase it and still watch the video from home.
My salary does not increase from Misha at all.
I thought you got a substantial raise when we get to week 10.
Doubled it. Extra mustard packet.
Extra mustard packet. So the ball's spotted now on the 23, or make that 27-yard line. Second down in about 4. Another handoff again to Boatwright. Boatwright inside the 15 to about the 14. Another big gain, and that's going to be good for 13 yards.
First down.
And they quickly go up to the line of scrimmage. Kennett not wasting any time on the run game here. They're going to mark him down inside to about the 6-yard line. Another big pickup.
Second down and 3.
Second down and about 3 to go. They'll mark him back to about the 3. Yep, this year, David, we got to do our broadcast on Misha TV once we get to week 10. Boatwright has it, and he will score the touchdown. Matlock. It is a touchdown for the Kennett Indians. Wrong team, 21-14 now. So the shutout is long gone. And now for the Mules, they are just trying to hang on to this lead. It's 21-14 now, and they're going to line up and go for 2.
Well, it flips the game pretty quickly, Frankie, just a couple of minutes. But, hey, we'll be all right. We're just going to have to buckle down, kind of calm down a little bit, get to halftime, get settled in here. We'll be all right.
So Holt leads at 21-14 at halftime. There is the run. This one is not going to be met. Good job by the Mules. They faked him out to Caden Carless.
Makes our score.
It is no good. And it's 21-14 the score with 3:51 to play here before halftime. So let's go ahead one more time before we get into halftime. Let's put up that question once again on the screen. When it comes to the longest touchdown in Poplar Bluff Mules history, if you know the answer, then go ahead and put the answer down. Russell Vaughn, Jerry Hinchy, Jarek Blackman, Rodney Kennedy. Believe we've got a player down for Kennett too, by the way.
Yeah, their big guy. He tried to carry the ball again. That's
that was Jarek.
Evan Parker.
Yep, Evan Parker.
5'11", 275. They ran the same play to this side, and he got smoked pretty hard. I hope he's okay.
Absolutely.
One of the problems with running those linemen like that is it's easy for him to
get hurt.
Get hurt like that. Looks like he's pretty much on his own power, so hopefully he's okay.
So, if you know the right answer, then make sure and mark it down and make sure and share this video for us. And you'll pick up a gift card courtesy of Academy Sports and Outdoors. And next half, we're going to give away a grill. If I don't get an answer then, it goes to me. And I'll be using it next week in Hillsboro.
Technical difficulties may hit.
Don't say that. We've had too many of those this year, no doubt about it. It is nice to get everything working for a change. Mules now set to return. Mules will take it near the 15-yard line, right on the 15-yard line. Mikael McFarland, he is out in space, and he is going to get inside of Kennett territory. Mules will have it. Pretty good field position there. Good job by Mikael McFarland. No flags on the play, and the Mules will have it now. 1st and 10. At around the 45-yard line. That's a return of about 40 yards. Nope, they're going to mark him back shorter. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 49-yard line of the Mules. So that'll be a 34-yard return with 3:42 to go. Make sure and let us know where you're watching from. I had somebody earlier tell me the class of 2010 was the best class. John says it was 1991. Is that what you said?
91 was terrible.
Terrible. 91 was terrible.
89 was even worse.
I'll tell you a funny story here in a minute. As Mikael McFarland bouncing outside, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, but there is a flag down.
Face masking.
And he will get to about the 50, or 49 rather. He'll get a couple of yards.
The flags are hard to see out here.
They are. They're going to get him to the 50-yard line right at midfield, but we'll see what the penalty is. It looks like it's going to go against Kennett because they're going to talk to. Yep, but they just face mask. Yep, against the Kennett Indians. So we're going to add the penalty. Not many penalties here have been thrown in this football game. A couple against Poplar Bluff for false start. And that's going to be an automatic first down with 15 yards.
Face mask against the Indians.
So face mask. We're going to add that to the end of that run. 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line now. I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something funny about you.
Brilliant,
it was something brilliant, but I lost my train of thought. It was good. I can promise you that. It was great. It was going to make you laugh, maybe make you cry a little bit. There's a handoff. This one up the middle. Going to get a few yards on that. Mikhail McFarland.
Number 7, McFarland.
He's going to get up to about the 31-yard line.
Bring it back 2nd down and 6.
So 2nd down and 6 to go. Coming into the football game, Mikhail McFarland, he needed 81 yards to get to 500. And so far, he has already surpassed that. 94 yards here in the first half on 15 carries, 2 touchdowns. Congratulations to Mikhail McFarland. 500 yards. He did that in 2 less games than this season. Instead of 7 games, it took him 5 games to get there. Torrance Williams, a stiff arm, gets out of bounds, and he'll be inside the 30-yard line. So good catch by Torrance Williams, his first of the game.
One step for him is about 3 yards.
Yes, it is. It'll be out to the 28-yard line. So another gain. That'll be a 3rd down and about 2. They're going to say the 27-yard line for Torrance Williams. So they're going to give him 4 yards on that instead of 3. So 3rd down coming up. The Mules on 3rd down at 3 out of 6. Kennett, they are 0 for 6 in the ball game. 2:48 to play in the first half. Big at 3rd down coming up. They're going to hand it off again to Mikhail McFarland, and he will score. Touchdown, Mules. His 3rd of the game, a 27-yard touchdown run. That's how you do it right before halftime with 2:42 to play. He's got his 3rd touchdown of the ball game. 8 touchdowns on the season. Well over 500 yards here for the season.
Well, you can crush a team spirit. You know, they get a little momentum, they get going, they think they're going well, and then you come right back and score, and that can really, really shift the momentum once it's
Extra
gone.
point attempt. It is up, and it is good. And the Mules right now lead it once again by 2 touchdowns. You're listening to Mules Football on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Eye Care Specialists is committed to the protection and the preservation of the precious gift of sight. Nothing is more important than your eyesight. That's the way the doctors of Eye Care Specialists see it.
Protecting your toys are just as important as protecting your daily driver. First Choice Insurance can help find the coverage for your ATVs, boats, and campers that will give you peace of mind and not break your bank. So don't forget to allow First Choice Insurance to review your insurance needs today.
So we are back, and Mikhail McFarland again does it, and he has scored again as Poplar Bluff right now leads it 28-14. Glad you are tuning in here tonight as Poplar Bluff finding a way. They were up by 21-0, and then they come back. Kennett did and scored 2 more touchdowns, and now the Mules, they have scored another touchdown. Hunter Clifford now. This one goes downfield. It's going to stay in bounds. It'll be picked up at the 15-yard line. And Daniel Boatwright, he is not going to go anywhere. He is going to get down to about the 13-yard line. So not much on the return.
Nice kick. You know, I thought it was going to go out of bounds, but the field's kind of dead. It just stopped right there. But that's Mikhail's got 3 touchdowns in the first half.
Yes, he does.
That's not bad, man.
No, that is not bad at all. So now Kennett has it 1st and 10 on their own 13-yard line. Loretta Hart says, good kick to Hunter. Ron Withrow says, boom, with the football emojis. That's Poplar Bluff right now. They are doing a phenomenal job. They look really good, up by 2 touchdowns. 28-14 is the current score. We are late in the first half.
Timeout.
And we've got a timeout called here by Poplar Bluff. Our timeouts are presented by Larry Hillis Dodge in Poplar Bluff. 2:37 to play here in the first half. And let's talk a little bit about this football game so far. And the first thing that crosses my mind is what a game by Mikael McFarland. Over 100 yards on the ground so far tonight. 121, 3 touchdowns. Oh, by the way, 500 yards plus here for the season. Pretty incredible on just 5 games for him.
Oh, it's a phenomenal performance tonight for him. Season's gotten better as the year's gone on. He just keeps getting better and better. Really a strong runner, sees the field very well. And tonight, twice, he's cut back against the grain, finding the space and just blowing everybody away and getting there. So far so good. You know, you take away a couple of big plays here and it's a complete blowout. We need to clamp down here right before half, get a stop, get the ball back, and at least go in up 2 scores, and then we ought to be able to close this thing out in the second half.
Absolutely. Mules looking for their 4th win in a row. Remember, we started 0-4 this season. What a turnaround as the Mules right now trying to get back to 500. As Tanner Pierce flushed outside the pocket, he may keep it himself. No, now he throws it, and it's going to be good to Brooks Niggett. And he is going to get to about the 28-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down. Good job by Tanner Pierce as he is able to create all kinds of time and space. And Niggett now gets it up to about the 28-yard line. That is a 15-yard pickup and a Kennett first down.
Well, I was a little worried about our defenders there.
I was too.
Helmet to helmet at the 2 of those guys.
So now Tanner Pierce bringing the troops up to the line of scrimmage. 2:18 to play. He'll throw it outside, nearly picked off. Good job by Poplar Bluff. That was Chris Matlock on the other side, nearly coming up with the interception. That'll be an incomplete pass.
Probably the right decision to go for the tackle there, but man, if he could have picked 6 that pretty easy.
My goodness. Are you wearing a Kennett shirt, by the way?
No, I got Kennett socks on.
Okay.
Just in case I get in trouble later.
Kennett socks. I'll tell you what, they've been good to us up here. Jim Vaughn did a great job getting us accommodated. You look cold.
I brought a coat. I got a coat I'm going to put on at halftime. I like their stadium. I like their setup down here.
It's
nice.
Natural grass. We've only played on 2 natural grass stadiums all season, Sykeston and here tonight. We won in Sykeston, winning right now. Niggett did a good job. He'll have a first down, it looks like. He juggled it, but I believe he come down with a catch. He did, and he'll be out the 40-yard line, a pickup of 12 yards. And that is a gain, or a first down, rather, for the Kennett Indians. At 2:08 to play in the first half.
From the 40.
Margaret Jefferson following my alma mater from Belleville, Illinois, and watching former Mule and SEMO football player on YouTube. Glad you're tuning in on Facebook and YouTube. Connor Stevens showing the blitz. Oh my goodness, overthrows. Wide open was Caleb Duncan. Boy, the Mules got lucky on that one as Connor Stevens showed blitz. He brought the house down. Glad Miss Jefferson is tuning in right here on YouTube. Big audience on YouTube and on Facebook as well. $13 shares in the first half on the broadcast. Like to see that, John.
Lucky 13.
We can get 25 tonight. What do you think?
I think so. I know so.
I think if we get the 25, you should buy everybody a hot dog, a Kennett-style hot dog.
Get a dog and a half.
Tanner Pierce, he's got some space. Darius Graham will take him down.
The quarterback keeper, number 11.
Speaking of Darius Graham, you realize in a couple of months we're going to see him in football.
First down.
So Tanner Pierce all the way down to the 40-yard line. That is a gain of 20 yards. And now the Kennett Indians under 2 minutes. They're back to throw. Pierce now steps inside the pocket, and he's going to be tripped up and still on his feet. And now he's taken down with authority. Clayton Stark on the tackle. So this clock continues to run all the way down to the 31-yard line, or make that 32-yard line. An 8-yard pickup. Ed Norton says, buy him a hot dog, John. I like that. I think Ed's a big fan of yours, John.
Oh, yeah, old Ed. He really is such a nice guy. No, I like Ed. He's a good guy.
Tanner Pierce out to throw. He's got Brooks Niggett in the flats, and it's connected. Nope, is that going to be? Yes, it is Brooks Niggett. I thought it was.
Ed told me he did a game one time with you, Frank.
He did. We did a game in Camden.
Didn't invite him back at all. He did one game. He probably couldn't get up and down that ladder over there.
Oh, my goodness. I would never say that. He did a phenomenal job. That is not me, Ed.
He does know the game. He
knows the game.
Yes.
Down to the 20-yard line, 21-yard line, under a minute to go. No timeouts here for Kennett. Rolling out to his left. They're going to throw in the end zone. An incomplete pass. Good coverage there by Jay Soto. It is incomplete. Second down and about 10 to go with 48 seconds. How long does this have? It's been an hour and 20 minutes.
It seems, why has it been so long? Frankie, you're the expert. Tell me.
We've throw the football way too much.
I guess that might be
on both sides.
It's that Kennett time, man. It's like being in the islands down here.
Like being in the islands. Mason West is 10 out of 17. Tanner Pierce is 8 for 16. So far, 33 passes here in the first half combined. Play clock. Did we take a timeout here? There was a stoppage here on the field.
Kennett didn't have a timeout.
Kennett doesn't have any timeouts. Bluff had one timeout, and they didn't call a timeout, so I'm not sure.
TV timeout.
It must have been a TV timeout.
They had to go to the booth on a last play.
They had to go to the booth.
New York's going to call it.
T. Marlowe on YouTube doesn't know what type of fire got into the Mules the last 4 games, but they look like a whole different team. Yes, they do. Tanner Pierce flushed outside. They'll stay inside the pocket. Now the Mules trip him up and take him down. Kaysen King with a sack, and that's a dagger all the way back to the 35-yard line.
That is maximum effort by Kaysen King. That is how to play defensive line.
Kennett's got to hurry. Clock is going. 25 seconds left and counting. Kennett going to have to spike the football down. They weren't paying attention on that one, and now it's 4th down and 24.
You know, I watched Kaysen on that play quite a bit. It looked like he was being held, but he kept fighting. The play went back around his side, and he shed the blocker and absolutely creamed the quarterback, and it was an excellent effort for a long time.
Yes, it was. On that play. 4th down and 24 to go. So Ed Norton says, if I were to give and tell folks where you live, he's going to give me a dozen eggs.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll know who to call if I see some egg in my around here.
Absolutely.
You'll have to deal with my dog Alejandro. He might not like strangers coming around.
Morgan McIntosh says, look at that sack. Big sack by Kaysen King. He's a good baseball player, too, by the way.
Oh,
just in case you're wondering.
Very good athlete. And a good kid, too.
Tanner Pierce now throws it in the backfield. They're going to try to do some trickery. They've got a man, and it's not going to work. The Mules, it will be a first. No, it's not going to be a first down. They tried. Oh, he's right there at the marker. I don't think he got it. I don't think he got it. That should not be a first down.
He didn't get it.
He did not. He got close. He got close.
Good play.
It was a very good play as William Parker got it down to about the 11-yard line. He's going to be just a yard shy, and it will be a first down by Poplar Bluff. With 11 seconds left to play in the first half, that was a good try by the Kennett Indians.
What do you call that? It was 4th in Arkansas on that one.
No doubt. So that will change sides, and the Mules now will get the football back with only 11 seconds left. I can't imagine they're going to run any plays here. It is 28-14 now. Mules will have it. So now 11 seconds. And the Mules will take a knee, and that's going to be it.
Jay Edmondson at quarterback for that last play. I don't know if that was just because he was going to take a knee or if I hope there's not an issue with their quarterback.
Absolutely. Mules lead at 28-14. Margaret Jefferson, you betcha. I thought that was your brother, Ralph Jefferson. He is a great guy. I love that guy as well. He's done so much for me and the city of Poplar Bluff. So we're going to go to break, and I guess John hands me a Reese's peanut butter cup. Is that a fat joke, John?
No, that's okay. We got to fuel up. We're up here in the mountains, Frankie.
We're going to fuel up in the mountains, he says. We'll go to quick timeout. About a 3-minute timeout, Tim. We'll come right back, and we will have your halftime report. It is presented by PB Realty and Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. Mules lead at 28-14 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Christian Automotive and Tire. Quality name brand tires that you know and trust. They also have ASE certified mechanics that have the training, tools, and knowledge to fix your vehicle right the first time. Business 67 South in Poplar Bluff.
Do you feel that rush of adrenaline? That's the feeling of over 100 years of Poplar Bluff football excellence. Let's make some history.
Touchdown!
Kevin's Auto and Tire is a family-owned one-stop shop for fast, friendly, and affordable automotive services with the latest tools and technology as well as their time-tested automotive knowledge. They're guaranteed to get your vehicle fixed without breaking the bank.
Patriot Auto Glass offers chip repair or glass replacement. They provide fast quality service done by experienced technicians. Ask about our veteran and first responder discounts. Call Patriot Auto Glass today at 573-840-5027. And remember, Patriot Auto Glass will come to you.
Scott Law Firm is experienced in estate planning and the preparation of documents like wills and trusts. Let the Scott Law Firm help you protect your family and pass along your estate according to your terms. Call Scott Law Firm today at 785-4688.
And we are back here live on the halftime report presented by PB Realty, Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. I'm Frankie Castillo alongside John Scott, and Tim Hicks is on the camera. By the way, John, got to give a big shout out. Didn't know this until a few moments ago. If you're watching us on Facebook right now or YouTube, Let's all give on the comment section. He'll go back and watch this. Did you know that last sack by Kaysen King, it's also his 18th birthday? So happy birthday to Kaysen.
Happy birthday, Kaysen King. Hey, I see my good friend and old friend Bill Parsons is
what does that mean about your pesos?
How's Pecos? Pecos Bill Waters was a good mutual friend of ours, and he was really tight with Bill. Well, everybody called him Pecos. He was a good basketball player on the basketball team. So for the last 35 years, everybody always asked Bill Parsons, how's Pecos? Because he always knows. And I'll tell you, Bill Pecos Waters is living in Chicago area, has done very well in life, a good class of 90 guy. But that's kind of a running joke with the class of 90. Every time you see Bill Parsons, you always say, how's Pecos? He gets frustrated with that because I don't think he really knows.
Nice. Okay, I got you.
He lives up in Rolla. He has a auto body car deal up there. Good guy to know, good Bluff guy.
Absolutely, indeed. Mules now with a 28-14 lead, and a couple of takeaways here in the first half is, number one, the Mules have really dominated when it comes to total offense. Mules 35 plays for 260 yards. Meanwhile, Kennett 37 plays, 146. The Mules averaging about 7 yards a play. Kennett averaging about 4. And then Mikael McFarland, he has been the starting running back for 5 games, already over 500 yards on the ground. And real quickly, we're looking down here, and if you go back to a play earlier in the ball game, number 75, Evan Parker, tried to run to the end zone on a trickery play. He is being helped off. I believe that's by his father and one of the coaching staff for the Kennett Indians. You hate to see that by anybody getting hurt. We wish him all the best, and hopefully he's able to maybe come back out in the football game, although right now it looks highly unlikely.
Yeah, he had a great 2-point conversion. I love to see it, Refrigerator Perry style. And then the second time they tried that play to the other side of the field, he just got obliterated by about 5 Mules, and hopefully it's nothing too terrible. He's kind of under his own. I mean, he's walking, so
he is walking, but he is being helped, and we hope we wish him all the best. We hate seeing anybody get hurt. Looking at third down conversions and coming into the football game here, John, Poplar Bluff not doing so well on third down conversions as a team. 21 of 77, 27%. Tonight, 4 out of 7, pretty impressive. Meanwhile, Kennett 0 for 7 when it comes to third down conversions and 0 for 3 on fourth down conversions.
Yeah, I feel like tonight on our third downs, it's been third and short most of the time. Other games, we get behind, it'll be second and long, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. Tonight we've been in a lot of 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 situations, and we've been able to pick up pick up the first down a lot more tonight, which is good to see because we're going to need that as the season goes on the next couple of games.
Absolutely. Amy Patterson-Robertson tuning in here this evening here for Mules football. Going to miss her on the baseball field coming up this season as Brady Robertson graduated. Good shortstop for the Mules and a really good pitcher as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But they come on out to the game and watch the kids play anyway. Berlin, her husband Berlin,
he's a good guy.
He was 91. He was one of the good 91 guys. Very few.
I was going to say, you got a thing against 91 guys.
Very few, yeah. They were always sneaking around.
So here tonight, Mules lead at 28-14. And going back to some of the numbers here tonight, Mason West, 10 of 17, 137, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. On the ground, Mikael McFarland, 16 carries, 121. Last week, he had 159, a career high for him. Chris Matlock has a carry for 3 yards. Through the air, Matlock, 4 catches, 65 yards. Darius Graham, 3 catches, 51 yards. Also, Romeo Wantor, 2 catches, 17 yards. Torrance Williams, 1 catch for 4 yards. Looking across the way now for the Kennett Indians, Tanner Pierce, 9 of 18, 81 yards. No touchdowns and no interceptions. Daniel Boatman coming into the football game. He's averaging about 7 yards per play. He's got 11 carries, 60 yards on the night, 1 touchdown. Marshall Rogers, 2 carries for 3 yards. And Tanner Pierce, a couple of carries, or make that 6 carries for a couple of yards. Through the air, Brooks Niggett, 3 catches, 38 yards. Also, William Parker, 2 catches for 26 yards. Caleb Duncan has 2 catches for 13. Riley Spencer, 1 catch for 3. And Daniel Boatman, he's got a catch for 1 yard. That is the offensive production here in the first half. Looking at the scoring drives by both teams, Mikael McFarland, 37-yard touchdown run with 1:13 to play in the first. And then second quarter, 7:47, West finds a wide-open Darius Graham for 27 yards. Extra point is good. And then Mikael McFarland, another touchdown. This one 25 yards, makes it 21-0 with 5:52 to go in the second. Still second quarter, it was a 90-yard touchdown run with a 2-point conversion, 21-8 the score. And then 3:51, Daniel Boatman gets his first offensive touchdown of the game for 7 yards. And then 2:42, Mikael McFarland, he'll run 27 yards for the touchdown. So Mikael McFarland, a 37-yard touchdown run, a 25-yard touchdown run, and a 27-yard touchdown run. 3 touchdowns, over 100 yards. Mules lead 28-14.
Yeah, really a good offensive performance in the first half. Take away one big play by Kennett, and it's pretty lopsided. I feel like our team is stronger, and it's bigger, and it's faster. And Kennett's good, and they run some really interesting plays. They have a few tricks they run. That hurry-up offense we had a little bit of problem with. I hope they don't come out and just play that the second half. But I feel like our kids are just a little bit bigger and stronger than the Kennett team, and we should be able to hang on the second half and keep this game in our column. But if Kennett comes out and runs that hurry-up offense, our defense is going to have to adjust to that, because Kennett was moving the ball a little bit better late in the first half. I think our defense just let up just a little bit. We got to keep our throat on their necks, as you say, and get another couple scores here and blow this thing wide open and build on that momentum so we can have a big showdown next week with Hillsboro.
Absolutely. Area scores looking like this right now. New Madrid, they lead Sikeston 21-0 in the second quarter. It is Cape Central all over DeSoto right now, 56-0. That game is at halftime. So Central now definitely going to lock up the top 3 seeds in the district for sure. Jackson. My friends in Jackson, they trail 27-14. That is some good news. We're working on getting a score right now on the Oakville game, because what's so funny?
I just think it's funny. It's good news. The Jackson misery is good news. But hey, you're the news guy, so you got.
I'm just reporting the news. Is it my fault? I got a smile on my face.
Once in a while, there's good news, Frankie.
Once in a while, I've got good news out there. So Jackson, they're getting shellacked right now. A couple of touchdowns down, but they are. But Oakville, if they win, they're going to wind up and get the 3 seed or the 2 seed coming up in the district. I still say no matter what happens, I think Bluff is a lock coming up for that 4 seed. And all that means is the Mules will host in Week 10. We'll take on Fox. And the really good news for folks like you and I and Tim, is we're going to be in the heat. We can crank that heater up and not worry about how cold it is outside.
You don't have to worry about the mountain climate up here. It changes in a second. When the wind blows in a storm like that, it's terrible.
I'm just glad the winds kind of calmed down just a little bit. I know Tim and I were looking at the forecast on Monday, because we had the OFC baseball tournament on Monday, Tuesday, and yesterday. We did 7 games in 3 days. This is number 8 for us. And we were thinking on Monday, it might be pretty chilly out there in Kennett tonight, but it's not so bad. I can tolerate it. Next week in Hillsboro, it's probably going to snow an inch.
My friend Jeremy Booker, he texts once in a while, and he'll correct me on something I've said wrong or make a comment, But he just got back from a trip. He does crazy things, and he and some friends went out and climbed Mount Whitney. And so I almost called him to borrow some of his climbing gear when you told me we were going to have to be up here on the top of Mount Kennett over here.
Kennett.
Luckily, I was able to make it up without having to do that. But, yeah, when the wind blows, it gets kind of cool. That's the way it was at Sikeston. It wasn't that cold, but that wind would chill you down.
You were there in Sykeston?
Now, that was one. They had that thing was a legitimate hazard. That ladder wasn't affixed to anything. It was just kind of a Three Stooges deal trying to get up that thing. At least this ladder has a handrail, and it's sort of welded to something else. I mean, I'm not sure what the weight limit on it is, but
right.
I think I'm putting it pretty much to the limit.
So, David Hadley, appreciate that, my friend. Festus right now leading Farmington 20-7, but here's the game of the night. Cardinal Ritter in a couple of undefeated teams right now defeating Hillsboro 12-6. So that game, you can bet Hillsboro, they are pounding the football right now. We're going to see them next week in Hillsboro. I can't believe that you're not going to be there.
Well, Frankie,
is it because it's going to be cold outside?
That's what it is. You got me. I've just had it with you people. This is terrible.
You've had it with us people.
I dread this all week long, and I have to think about these keys to victory, and it's just so much pressure. I can't handle it.
And you're not going to get a Hillsboro hot dog, right?
I'm not going to get a Hillsboro hot dog. It's going to be. I've got to. It's going to be sad. I'll be tuning in, but this team has come so far. Like you mentioned earlier, it was like 2 seasons, starting out 0-4, having some real issues offensively for sure. And to be able to come together, a team like this can bottom out. I think they bottomed out after that 4th loss. Well, actually, really the 3rd loss. It was the Jackson game. They showed some life, and they realized, hey, wait a minute, we can play the game. So then they kind of just started playing. They got loose, and, you only got one way to go, and that's up. And since then, they have built on that confidence, and they won some games, and now they're looking at maybe pulling off 4 in a row. And, anything's possible. And you get into a game with Hillsboro, and they'll think they're good, and they are good. But this team right here, this Mules team, is a dangerous team, and they've got kids who believe. And they've come down, and they've gotten back going again, and they appreciate it, and they're playing hard together as a team, playing their roles. And it would not shock me to see an upset on that game next week.
I got to tell you real quick, John, people are commenting about the mountains you speak of here in Kennett. They're not sure where the mountains are you speak of.
The great Dunklin Range down here. I mean, we can see pretty much the whole county from where we are. This is sort of, this is definitely a high vantage point of the Kennett Mountains.
So we're going to go to a commercial break. In the meantime, I'm going to sit here and snack on a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup that John spent about $20 to get. I don't want to be rude. So in the meantime, anything else you want to comment on real fast? I want to talk about how much positivity right now is going on with the Bluff school system. Can we do that coming up?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, let's take about a 2-minute timeout. We'll come right back here at the half. It's all being brought to you by PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. Mules lead 28-14. You're listening to Mules Football on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Southeast Signs and Graphics of Poplar Bluff can handle all of your printing needs, from t-shirts, wall displays, banners, and so much more. Call their team at 573-772-5566 or get to southeastsignsandgraphics.com.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a 3rd-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
All right, we are back here live in Kennett, Missouri, where the Mules right now lead this football game 28-14. Let's talk a little bit about the Poplar Bluff School District a little bit. So many great things are going on here. So how are things been going in the first quarter as we make our way into the colder months?
Well, Frankie, things are running pretty smoothly. I have not been bombarded with terrible calls or people.
I thought you were going to say I've not really paid attention that much this year.
So it's actually going well. You know, we've done a few things athletically that people may not realize. We added girls golf at the varsity level,
which I think we had a couple of them go for state.
Yes, we had a couple of kids. First year we've ever had the program. They've made a mark, and I guess they're going maybe this weekend or maybe it's now. It's pretty soon. I know that. We had 2 girls going. And then I mentioned Jeremy Booker earlier. His daughter, Caitlin, who's a sophomore, went to state in tennis. Jeremy was quite a tennis player back in the day. I think he got knocked out playing football. Still has some long-standing issues related there, too, as far as I can tell. But Caitlin went up and represented the school very well in the state tennis tournament, which I think was maybe yesterday, day before, something like that. And so we also added junior high baseball, which has been something people have talked about for a number of years. There's been arguments either way. It interfered with the travel team, whatever. I always like to have that junior high because kids who don't necessarily have the resources to travel or the ability to travel can have that experience in junior high. So we've done that in this next meeting, which is just next week. We're going to look into and talk about the possibility of also adding junior high softball, which is something I think a school our size should have. If we're going to have good programs at the varsity level, which is really the goal of all of our athletics, is to not just teach these kids good life lessons and make them good citizens for life, but we want to be good at the varsity level. And to do that, you have to build those programs. We see other schools I won't mention who do that and do it well and are good at the varsity level. And so we're thinking that if we go ahead and add junior high baseball, junior high softball, and some things like that, that will help build our programs in the future, and we'll see that on down the road.
So, real quickly, other scores, Seckman leading Oakville right now, 28-14. Appreciate that, Lee Wallace, for the update. Like to see that. Hope Oakville loses by 3 touchdowns. That'd be great for us. I don't think it's going to help us in the seeding, per se. Also, my son, I'm going to wring his neck whenever I get home. I was looking up at the sky because Chance, out of nowhere, sends me a text message and says, hey, just so you know, rain's moving in, and I fell for it. I'm looking at the radar, and I'm like, there's no rain near us. I'm going to kill him when I get home.
He's a chip off the old block. You're always pulling with something on me. Call me up and tell me how you're going to go to work for Jackson or whatever.
I never have ever pulled anything on you. I would never.
I fall for it, too, because you're the news guy. I mean, but I should have known it's mostly fake news.
It's also fake.
I'm learning. I'm a slow learner. I'm getting old.
So coming up here, you've had about 5 minutes to think about it. What needs to happen here in the second half for Poplar Bluff to maintain this lead? Kennett gets the football to begin the second half. How critical for the Mules defense is it for them to force a 3-and-out and give them the ball right back?
That's absolutely critical to the second half. You know, Kennett was moving the ball pretty well late in the first half. They had a little bit of rhythm going to kind of spread us out a little bit. We need to get a stop right away, take control of this game again, and it'd be nice to get another score, but just to stop and get the ball back and move the chains a few times, that will really set the tone for the second half. You know, Kennett could easily come back, 2-score game. We've seen that.
Very
they can score
easily.
Quickly. But if we can just kind of break their spirit, break it, Frankie, just break it and beat it.
I tell you, speaking of breaking it right now, Holt's breaking Jackson's spirit. They're down 34-14. I love it.
It could be a good night. So, yeah, that's what we need to do. Defense is going to have to tighten up just a little bit. Offensively, just play our game. Let McHale see how many touchdowns he can get.
Absolutely. You know, David Hadley brings up a good point about Oakville. They played more Class 6 schools than we have, and there's a reason for that because typically – nobody wants to travel to Bluff and play us, and that's pretty much where the situation we're in every single year. We don't get the pleasure of playing Class 6 schools because they don't want to come down here. They want us to go up there. But I'm like Ken Keith on this one. I don't want to travel 10 weeks out of the year.
No, and it's a long trip.
It's a long trip.
And it's not fair to the families and the kids. And we got to have a good mix, and we got to have our home games, absolutely. And it is tough that schools don't want to travel that far, and it makes it hard sometimes for us to find opponents in a lot of different sports. And football is one of those. But luckily there's good football in the Boot Heel, and some of these smaller schools compete very well. And so we get to see some good football week in and week out.
Absolutely. So we're coming up here as we get ready for the second half. And what a great night of high school football. Getting kind of chilly now. Stop. You're making me cold. Quit doing that.
You mentioned chili. Now I'm thinking maybe I need a bowl of chili. I wonder
Speaking of which,
if anybody knows where I can get a bowl of chili in Kennett, let me know.
Yeah, but real quick, my wife made me some chicken and dumplings the other day, and I thought about you. I'm like, how could I get those up here to the broadcast booth? They were amazing. I can tell you this. We're working on something for basketball season where she's going to show up at a Bluff home game and bring us some chicken and dumplings live on the air. Tim and I get them. I told her you don't like them. She'll bypass you altogether.
I feel like we should have a whole table, a whole smorgasbord going at the games by the end of the season. We'll have a whole thing up there, man. No kidding.
No kidding. I can't wait. All right, so Kennett going to receive. Thank you so much here for tuning in. Lisa Pfister says, Margaret Jefferson watching the great class of 1981. Now, is that a good class, John? 1981?
Yeah, 81's okay.
Okay, 81. As long as you're okay with it. So do we say thanks for watching? We'll see you next Friday night in Hillsboro. We're still to do the game.
Past my bedtime.
Past your bedtime.
Cross country tomorrow at Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis for anybody who wants to have an early morning and give my daughter a ride down to the high school at 5 a.m. Because I'll be doing that. That's set the alarm for about 4:30ish. Maybe I'll just hang out in Kennett tonight.
There you go. You might as well. So Hunter Clifford is going. Oh, Stacy wants some homemade chicken and dumplings. Man, Pam makes the best. Good kickoff by Hunter Clifford, and Boatwright is going to take it at the 2-yard line. Good kick by Hunter Clifford. And the Mules are going to take him down near the 15-yard line. Trying to get a number on that. Romeo Wantor was the man that made that tackle. And Kennett will have it now, 1st and 10. About an 8-yard run back. And it's going to be 1st and 10 near the 10-yard line. So Kennett will have it now, 1st and 10. They'll make it on the 11-yard line, and we are underway. 1st and 10, here we go.
Get a safety.
Get a safety. We're in the third quarter now, just underway. There's a quick handoff as he leaps over the defender, but the Mules are not fooled. He will pick up about a 5-yard gain. Boatwright, or Boatman rather, with a 5-yard pickup. And it'll be 2nd down and about 6 on the 15-yard line. Ron Withrow needs some chicken and dumplings. We'll have to make a big pot of those. John, we got a football game going on here, and you're sitting there. What are you doing
I'm dealing with your fans, Frankie.
What my fans, right.
I'm dealing with your fans, super fans.
As folks saying, turn off the TV.
They're trying to find out the trivia answer, but I don't know the answer.
Oh, I got to give that answer. That's a good call. I forgot about that.
I've had people texting me saying, what's the answer? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know this one. I know a couple of those guys.
I tell you what, on the next stoppage of play here, we're going to give you that answer. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah,
the longest running play in Mules history. We'll give you the answer coming up. We did select a winner, but you got to talking about things with the positivity for Poplar Bluff.
Yes. Tricked you.
You did. They get the ball out to Boatman.
It's complete. They're lost on the play.
It's a loss on the play. Daniel Boatman is going to get back to the 12-yard line. That is a loss of 5 yards, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So somebody got a $25 gift card. And we're going to punt, I should say, we're not going to punt the football away. We are going to have Kennett punt the football away. Tanner Pierce will punt the football away. Now the Mules drop back. It's going to be Darius Graham. Don't touch it, boys, and they don't. All right, Tim, put that question on the scoreboard or on the monitor there. We want to know the longest running Mules football play in Mules history. A, B, C, or D? Did you already put the answer up, Tim? All right. Any guesses, John?
I don't know the answer, Frankie, but I know Rodney Kennedy, good guy. He's my neighbor across the street, so I'm going to say Rodney Kennedy for that reason only.
Just like usual, you would be wrong. Tim, the right answer is A, Russell Vaughn. That is, you put the answer there on the screen. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line for the Mules. Poplar Bluff going to hand the football off. Torrance Williams gets it to the 41-yard line.
Pickup of a foot.
Yes, absolutely a foot.
Of a foot.
No gain on that play.
I like getting Torrance in the mix, though, because he has the potential to just turn into a serious animal on the field.
Absolutely. So Torrance Williams getting the carry that time. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. So the right answer was Russell Vaughn. And another handoff to Mikhail McFarland. McFarland is going to lose about a yard on that play, depending on where they spot him down. So quickly 3rd down and 11 now. So the right answer was Russell Vaughn.
Down and 11.
It was 95 yards. Do you know when that play took place, by the way? Do you know what year that was?
No earthly idea. I know it wasn't 90, 89, 87, or 88.
Not even close. 1967.
Oh, that's a good
95-yard run in 1967. Do you know what the longest pass play was in Mules history? Just out of curiosity.
I do not know that either.
That would be a 99-yard pass. Mules nearly picked off Jay Edmondson coming in for the play there. 4th down and 12.
Yeah, Jay's been playing, and I'm not sure if hopefully they're just getting him some reps, getting a little time. I don't see Mason. Well, I'm looking for Mason on the sideline over there, and I can't really see that far.
1967 was the year that the longest rushing touchdown in Mules history happened. Andy Sisney picked up the $25 gift card from Academy Sports and Outdoors, and we will make sure that we contact Andy here in a little bit.
Someday, Frankie, I'll tell you about the time I saved Lanny Corchemilia's coaching career as a OSL soccer coach.
All right. What a good punt by Jared and Young. This one is going to go in the back of the end zone. He makes it look so easy.
And it ties into Andy Sisney because I was forced to coach the team for a playoff game, and I didn't know anything about soccer, and I had to call Andy, and he clued me in to scout the team that we were playing, the undefeated team that we played, and we got into overtime and then shootouts, and we won the game. And it was the greatest coaching job in the history of OSL soccer and my only coaching job. And I have not coached and will never coach again because you got to finish on top, right, Frankie?
That's right. Got to finish on top. Do you know when that 99-yard touchdown pass was? Do you remember that year? 2002? Brent Little.
Brent Little. There's a good athlete.
Brent Little. 99 yards on that pass play. We'll do our second trivia question coming up in just a moment. Today we're going to give away the grill. Boatman is not going to. He spun away.
On the carry, number 20, Daniel Boatman.
Boatman, depending on where they spot him, maybe a yard.
Yes, I've received word that Mason West is not going to play the second half, that he is injured. Hopefully not anything serious at all, but that he's out for the second half.
He's out for the second half. I didn't see when he got hurt. So hopefully we'll check on him, and hopefully he'll be okay. So West is out for the game. That is breaking news. There's a run play by Boatman. He's not going to, they're going to give him a good spot, maybe up to the 30-yard line. And that might be enough for a first down by the Indians. We'll see where they mark him down He's going to be just short, not by much. Maybe third down and about 1. So far,
Third down and short.
Josh Boyer is tuning in. Glad to have you alongside here tonight. Kennett has yet to convert a third down conversion, and that will hold true. The first man through for the Mules is Jay Soto.
For a loss of 5.
And that is a big loss on third down. And they're going to mark him back at the 25. A loss of 4. 4th and 5 coming up. What a play by Jay Soto.
Boy, to chime in, I got to give a shout out to my man Jay Dowd. He was the assistant, emphasis on assistant, coach on that glorious soccer team. Ended up winning the championship, but Laney was nowhere to be found when the chips were down. He was long gone. He wouldn't even show up to coach.
Oh, my goodness. I'm not sure what to say on that. Nearly a block punt there. Good job by the Mules. It does take a Kennett bounce, and it'll be at the 34-yard line.
At the 34-yard line.
So no return, 41-yard kick with 6:18 to play here in the third. Let's give away a grill. What do you say, Tim?
I'll take it.
All right, here is our second half question. Up for grabs here this afternoon. Your chance to win a grill courtesy of Academy Sports and Outdoors. I got to find that question real quick. I know you've got it up on the screen. There it is. How many Poplar Bluff Mules players have had more than 1,000 receiving yards in a single season? 10, 9, 6, or 4? Darius Graham gets the pass, and he's got some space. A first down. Jay Edmondson getting it out to Darius Graham, and he's going to be inside of Kennett territory.
At the 50-yard line.
Nice pass by Jay Edmondson. Good to see him settle in a little bit, getting some good reps on the field.
It's a 16-yarder that time. So how many Mules have had 1,000 yards of receiving in a single season? If you know the right answer, we're going to give away that grill. And I've already had several answers coming in. We'll go through them here in a little bit. We'll pick out a winner. Make sure and share this feed too. Got to share the feed if you want that Weber grill. Oh, a bad pass or bad snap. Mules are going to fall on it. Jay Edmondson.
Fumble on the snap.
It is a fumble on the snap here as Jay Edmondson.
34-yard line.
Little miscommunication there with the center. Jay was looking over to the side and snapped the ball, went right by him, but it was a good heads-up play to get on the ball. That could have been very disastrous.
16-yard loss, second down and 16 to go. Or 26, rather. Second down and 26.
Need a little space. We'll run some razzle-dazzle here.
Some razzle-dazzle.
Give them some business.
Oh, my goodness. There's my question. There we go. Edmondson looking downfield. Torrance Williams nearly picked off. Oh, good coverage by the Kennett Indians. It was double coverage. And that's going to be a third down and 26 now coming up.
Third down and 26.
You know, it was a catchable ball thrown into some danger, but
it was catchable.
I think Torrance thought he had it and was turning to run with it. That happens. You know, like they think they've got it. They turn to run with it, make that move to avoid getting crunched.
So happy for Cape Central. They got a win tonight, 56-7. Congratulations, boys. Their game's already over.
Yeah, good job.
9 o'clock here on the East Coast.
We're on mountain time, Frankie.
This one a pass outside to Chris Matlock, and he's going to be taken back in the backfield. Maybe got back to the 34-yard line. Maybe, not by much. Oh, we're having a great time here tonight. Matlock gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up fourth down. So with with Mason West being out the rest of the game, on a more serious note, I think the pressure right now is on the Mules offense to move the football, because right now we're asking the defense to go back out again for a third time in this half.
Yeah, we need to run some clock, and it's running down a little bit. We need to run the clock as much as we can. and hopefully move the ball, get a few first downs, get a little bit of rhythm going. There's no question Jay can handle the team. It's just
absolutely
be a matter of settling in and doing that.
Jared and Young kicks it right at the 40-yard line. That's where the Kennett Indians will have it, and that'll be about a 26-yard kick with no return. On our second half question presented by Christian Automotive and Tire, how many Poplar Bluff Mules players have had more than 1,000 receiving yards in a single season? 10, 9, 6, or 4? If you know the right answer, then give us a call here, or I should say not give us a call.
Give me a call, yeah. Caller number 9, right, Frankie?
I think I'm back in the station in the morning show. Drop a line in the comments section and share this video feed for your chance to win a Weber grill. There's a pass taken outside to Brooks Niggett. He is going to have it right there at midfield. It is a 12-yard pickup and a Kennett first down.
Kennett Indian, first down.
Well, the announcer's getting in rhythm now. He's pretty excited now all of a sudden. Make sure and share this video feed on Facebook. Big crowd on YouTube tonight. Big on Facebook as well. 4:22 to play. It is 1st and 10 on the 50-yard line. Well, they moved to the 49 instead. There's going to be the handoff. That one is going to go to William Parker. There is a flag on the play.
Holding. I'll call it. I got it, Frankie. Go ahead and write it up.
No, I'm just saying I love it. I tell you what, he's all excited here. There's a penalty on the play. It's going to be a hold against Kennett, and we're going to mark him back 10 yards. We'll take it. 1st and 20. So any idea how many Mules receivers have had more than 1,000 yards in a single season?
Well, I have a lot of ideas, but I don't have any
you have a
clue
lot
as to who this one is.
So it's going to be a
1st and 15.
And they're going to mark him down just by 5 yards, so it's not going to be a 10-yard penalty. It's going to be just a 5-yard instead when it's all said and done.
Good to see Nathan Bunton back out on the field.
Yes, it is. No doubt. Good to see him. 1st down and 15 from the 46. Mules defense has got to play strong here.
Get him.
There is the throw out of bounds. Good job by Logan Davis. Kennett wants a flag. They're not going to get it. That was just good play by Logan Davis. Second down and 15.
Good defense. I like that play. Logan really back there quickly. Quarterback had to just throw it away. A little bit of grumblings from the Kennett faithful on that one.
I believe I heard a few of those. 4:11 to play here in the third quarter. Mules now still leading at 28-14. Would love to move that score, or I should say move the possession arrow back to Poplar Bluff. Tanner Pierce standing in the pocket. It's good, and we've got a foot race now. Caleb Duncan down the sideline, and he is going to be taken down near the 10. It is a first down, and Mules were burned on that play. It is a Kennett first down, and they score here. It's going to put a lot of pressure on Bluff. That is a 43-yard catch and run by Caleb Duncan. And just like that, it is a first down on the 13-yard line.
Oh, they threaded the needle on that twice. We had the quarterback almost sacked, and then the wide receiver, he just got barely out of coverage. And, I'll give Kennett credit for that one.
Absolutely. 44-28 to play. Tanner Pierce now. They're going to go to the air. Boatman now. Good job by Logan Height. Takes him down, and there'll be a loss on the play all the way back to the 19-yard line. That's a loss of 6 yards. That is big for the Mules defense.
Bring up a second down and 17.
So it's going to bring up second down. They're going to mark him on the 19. It's second down and 16 on the 19-yard line. Make sure and share this feed for us on Facebook, and your chance to win a Weber grill from Academy Sports and Outdoors hangs in the balance. Once again, Connor Stevens looking for the sack, and he'll just throw it away. Good defense by the Mules. Again, 3rd down and 16, and you know it's 4-down territory here.
Oh, yeah, it is. Kennett's really spreading it out, throwing the ball. And, you know, they've made some big plays, but it's one of those deals that's not going to work every time. So I say let them keep trying it. We'll get an interception here. We'll get one of these Matlock pick sixes.
Can we get a pick six to the house?
I think we need that. Right, just run right into the scoreboard.
Run right into the scoreboard.
Take it out too while we're here. Yeah,
so
the Kool-Aid man.
Big 3rd down. Still, Kennett has yet to convert on a 3rd down conversion in this game. They are 0 for 9. Here is the house, the blitz again, and this one, Chris Matlock sticks his hand in. No flag on the play. Good defensive play by Poplar Bluff.
Oh, yeah, they were on the
I know they wanted a flag on the play, but that was just good coverage by the Mules.
4th down and 17.
They're letting them play, Frankie.
They are.
My dad always used to say that at basketball games. Let them play, ref. Let them play. So I'd say these refs are letting them play.
How cool would it be to get your dad on a broadcast?
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. We get him up here.
No, I don't say up here. I don't want him to fall. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he'd have some thoughts, I'm sure.
4th down and about 16 to go. Big 4th down. Mules defense there. They are ready to go. They're going to bring some men up. They rotate on the front line. Tanner Pierce again. Stevens gets it. Oh, my goodness. Boatman is going to go, and he is not going to get the 1st down. Mules do it again. They stop him on the 4-yard line.
That's not good for my blood pressure, Frank.
He will come up just a little bit short of the 1st down.
It's nice when you've got him pinned so far back on 4th down.
Yes, it is.
That was a great play by Kennett. He picked up the blitz, and I thought he might get in on that one. Lord. Whew.
Stops him on the 5-yard line, and the Mules will get the ball back, and that deserves some booms on Facebook as the Mules are going to wind up and take over on downs. It'll be on the 4-yard line. They picked up 15 yards on that play.
Got a text from Coach Justin Shell chiming in, a man with good hair, for sure.
So now Jay Edmondson going to hand the football off to Mikael McFarland. I thought he was going to break it for 96 yards and own the new record. That would have been nice.
On the carry, number 7, Mikael McFarland.
So Mikael McFarland getting some good yardage on 1st down.
At the 12-yard line.
That's about an 8-yard pickup.
And chew the clock and move the chain.
Oh, I'm sorry. He said 12-yard line. That is not correct. It's actually at the 17-yard line. That's a big gain for the Mules. That's about a 13-yard pickup. And that'll be a 1st down for the Mules. And that's what the Mules need. The Mules need to move the chains. This time, Mikael McFarland is going to run into a brick wall.
Number 7.
You know, I don't like that play, but I'm glad to see number 75 for Kennett back out on the field.
Yes, absolutely.
He's back playing again. That's our big refrigerator Perry for all you old people out there. 5'11", 275 with a 2-point conversion tonight. But he's back playing again, so that's good to see.
Boy, I tell you what, for Kason King, he is the birthday boy tonight. How cool would it be for him to reach that big arm of his in and pop a ball out on defense?
Oh, yeah. You know, he plays so hard, both sides of the ball, the entire game. Puts in a great effort. Sometimes an unsung hero sometimes on the line like that, but he really plays well.
Mikael McFarland now going to get the handoff from Jay Edmondson. Bounces outside. He's got some space.
Out, maybe.
He's going to be tackled around the 39. Move those sticks. It is a Mules
1st down.
1st down as Mikael McFarland is going to get to the 40-yard line. That is a gain of 23 yards for Mikael McFarland. He is going to surpass last week's total of 159. As a matter of fact, he's already there. Well, he's 3 yards shy of his career high of 159. 20 carries, 156, and the 3 touchdowns here in the ball game. I say on this carry, let's bust one to the house. Well, no, keep the offense out there for a little while longer. Give the defense a rest. Jay Edmondson now. Another handoff to Mikhail McFarland. He's got over 159. He's out across the 45 to about the 47. A gain of 6 to 7 yards. They're going to say a 7-yard pickup. He is over 160 right now. Pamela Davis says Kaysen is a great kid in the classroom as well.
You know, they talk about the speed of the game. We've talked about that. I think Mikhail has gotten to where really everything else is slowed down, and he is not. He sees the field so well, and he's able to do that little shift move, that previous play. He was caught in the backfield, and he was able to just slip out from that guy and pick up 15 yards.
You know what I want to do? Hang on.
What are you gonna do?
After this play. Edmondson now, first down, low snap, hands it off to Mikhail McFarland, and he's going to have another Mules first down. He is inside Kennett territory. We'll see where they spot him down at the 47 of the Kennett Indians, another 6-yard pickup. I think what we may do, Tim, is we're going to get our cameras out there. We're going to get we'll tell you about that coming up when we come back as the quarter comes to an end. Mules go into the fourth quarter, a 2-touchdown lead, 28-14 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Caring for those you love also means taking good care of yourself. At Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, our healthcare providers take the time to identify your health risks and help you prioritize good health. Regular checkups and age-appropriate screenings are important to be healthy now and stay well in the future. With same or next day appointments and online scheduling, we make it easy to make an appointment right now. You can even see us from the comfort of your own home via telehealth. Put your health first today by making an appointment by visiting pbrmc.com and searching online scheduling. Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions, 785-1500.
Want a career and not just another job? It's waiting for you at Briggs & Stratton. Great pay, great benefits, and continuing education. Everything you and your family deserve. Go to careers.basco.com and look at Poplar Bluff job openings.
Christian Automotive and Tire. Quality name brand tires that you know and trust. They also have ASE certified mechanics that have the training, tools, and knowledge to fix your vehicle right the first time.
34-14. Mules right now with it. It is 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line. The Mules now switching sides. We are going left to right on your radio dial and on the TV screen. Here we go, shotgun formation now for Jay Edmondson. They're going to hand the football off again. Amari White getting a carry. Good to see Amari White back on the football field. First time since week number 1. Amari White back with us, coming back from an injury, and he's going to have a Mules first down. Good to see Mr. White back out there. He'll get it to the 34-yard line, a 13-yard pickup.
Nice to have some fresh legs coming in fourth quarter. Keep grinding that clock.
I was going to say, what we're going to do is next week, I think Tim and I will get there on the football field. I'm going to challenge Mikhail McFarland to a race, a foot race. Who do you think would win that one?
Well, you might be even with him for the first half step.
At least give me 10 steps. Mikhail McFarland, I'm coming for you, buddy. Jay Edmondson now, handoff to Amari White, puts his head down inside the 30 to about the 25-yard line. He will get a 9-yard pickup on first down, a 2nd down and 1. And this is what the Mules needed right here. Put their head down and just keep grinding it out.
You know, I like this play call by the coach.
Absolutely.
I like getting the fresh legs in there, running the ball. Give McKay a little bit of rest. Fourth quarter, just grind it out with a new running back that's hungry, ready to get in there. I know the last few weeks he's really been anxious to get back out on the field, and now he's getting his chance.
I want to clarify something real quick. I want to challenge Mikhail McFarland to a 100-yard dash after his 2-hour practice. There's another handoff to Amari White. He gets the first down. The Mules are going to move those chains to about the 23-yard line, a gain of 2 yards, and that'll be another Mules first down.
You need about a 40-yard head start on that, Frankie. What do you think?
I think I'm good after a 2-hour practice. I'll be fresh, stretched, ready to go.
Green drink in hand.
Green drink in hand. Boy, Mikael McFarland, his day may have come to an end here in Kennett, but my goodness, last week 159, this week 169. He is above his career high. 3 touchdowns, averaging 7.5 yards a carry. The last 4 ball games, our run game has been tremendous. Amari White now pushing the tempo inside the 20. He is still on his feet, and he's going to get to near first down yardage. Are you kidding me? Amari White with a big run. That gets a lot of crowd reaction from our fans. Amari White is going to wind up just shy of the first down marker.
Oh, he dragged about 6 of those Kennett guys, and they never blew the whistle. He just kept on moving those legs, man. That's excellent work. Excellent work.
And they're going to mark him down at the 14-yard line. 9-yard pickup. David says you might lose at that dash competition. Not much faith in me. I'm not liking that too much. Amari White puts his head down inside the 10-yard line to about the 7-yard line, a gain of 7 yards.
22, or number 2, Riley.
You know what? I better be careful what I say because someone's going to tell him that I'm going to challenge him, and he may look me up this week and make me come through with that.
That'd be we could live stream that. I think we could set that up. I'll do the play-by-play.
Yeah, get a sponsor for it. Thanks, Tim.
I'll kick in a little on that one, Frankie.
9:18 to go here in the ball game. Mules lead 28-14. So you're rooting against me? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think it'd be great for the people. It'd be great sporting. What's that? They used to have that where the athletes and the Hollywood people would all get together and battle of the stars or whatever it was.
Oh, my goodness.
It'll be Frankie versus the team.
Another handoff of Amari White. He's going to be wrapped up at the 4-3-yard line, and that's going to be 2nd and goal now. Boy, I would love to see him score the touchdown. What do you say?
Oh, yeah.
That would be huge.
After a hard year, being injured. It's really a perfect game plan. Churn that clock, run it down their throat.
Josh Boyer, nobody has won the grill yet. There's still time to submit your answer on Facebook. We're going to give it away inside the 4-minute mark. So about 4 more minutes to let us know how many receivers have had 1,000 yards or more in a single season. Here is 2nd and goal now inside the 5. Amari White gets the handoff. Come on, touchdown, Mules! Amari White goes in for the touchdown, and that's good to see for that young man. 8:10 to play, and the Mules have scored again. Touchdown, Mules! 34-14 is the score. Colton Palma coming up now for the extra point attempt, and for Amari White, that's got to feel good for him. That's his first touchdown on the season. Here is the extra point attempt. It is up, you betcha. And the Mules now lead at 35-14 the score with 8:10 to go here in the 4th quarter of play. That is some good news for Amari White.
Oh, that is what we call ideal. I'm always saying something's not ideal. That is ideal. But, that reminded me, Frankie, did you see, you probably reported on this, what team was it? Kid kicked a 40-yard field goal against Donovan the other night. Was that
oh my goodness, who was that?
Or somebody? 40-yarder. I feel like there's a need, and I think there are kids who could do that. Start your kid early kicking field goals. I think there's a legitimate place for that, and I think kids could learn it, and I think kids could do it, and it would be exciting. We used to have good kickers a lot in Poplar Bluff, kicking long field goals. Tradition of that, and we've kind of gone away from it. But I think, man, if you got a kid could kick a 30-40-yarder in high school, that could change the outcome of a lot of games.
It really could. You're absolutely correct. A lot of booms on Facebook here. Everybody likes to see what they're seeing.
Student section, Frankie, looking good over there.
Hunter Clifford.
Oh, I like it. I like this. Look at the student section out there, Tim. They got those phones a-waving. They're on camera. Smile over there for us. You got to like our student section. The Mule Barn making their way to Kennett, Missouri. Oh, the ball is dropped at the 20-yard line. Boatman dropped it, and he's going to be tackled at the 26-yard line. All right, so here's the deal. A lot of people on Facebook not giving me much credit, not thinking that I'm going to be able to hang with Mikael McFarland, including my co-partner here.
No, Frankie, I said you could hang with him for the first half step. I did say that.
Somebody said he should call into the show. I have to go back and find it. Here it is. He should call in the station on Monday morning and do a pro wrestling style interview about the challenge. Oh, it's going down this week. Somehow, some way, we're going to make that happen.
Oh, Frankie, we could turn this into the challenge of the century, like that guy that who was it that ran against the horse that time back in the old days, and then there's been all kinds. It'd be like Tiger Woods and whatever playing one-on-one golf. It'll be great.
Oh, good job by the Mules on the sack. Who was that through? That was number 52 for the Mules and number 50. Both of them getting their hands on the quarterback, Lincoln Warren, Hudson Matthews, the first men through, and that's a big sack for Poplar Bluff.
Some kids getting some good reps on defense, getting some confidence.
They're going to mark him back all the way to the 15-yard line. It's a loss of about 11 yards on the play. Good job for Poplar Bluff, and we may get a timeout here. I think we will.
We have a timeout on the field.
So I'm not sure which one took that timeout. It is a timeout presented by Larry Hillis Dodge in Poplar Bluff. Fentress Williams. Boy, he was a good basketball player for the Mules last year. Hated to see him graduate, though.
Yes.
We'll miss him this year.
Good kid. He always talked about his major was going to be like medieval storytelling and whatever. I'd be interested to know what his major really, if that's true or not. Mythology and something. It was funny. He always did that when they did the senior night stuff and everything.
So the Mules right now, 35-14 the score. There is our trivia question, 7:33 to go. How many Poplar Bluff Mules players had more receiving or more than 1,000 receiving yards in a single season? 10, 9, 6, or 4? Beth Lewis, 34-21. Holt, that might be a final.
There we go. I hate to hear it, Frank. I hate to hear it.
We are the late night tonight. We are the late game for sure.
Was that game at Jackson?
It was.
Oh, look at that. Lost 2 games at home this year?
Wait a minute.
Didn't they lose one earlier this year?
They did. They lost their first game of the season at Jackson High School.
That was against
Edwardsville.
Yeah, Edwardsville. That's one of those big shot teams.
Third down.
Third down and about 21 to go. No, Jackson was on the road tonight.
Well,
Jackson was on the road.
Ride back will be terrible.
Fentress went into physical therapy. Thank you so much for letting us know. He's a great kid.
There we go. Yeah, no, he's a good kid.
He was a good kid.
Good kid. My son Jack's on the team with Fentress, and they call him. I think they call him Frenchie, or maybe Jack.
They called him Frenchie.
And they had a good time.
But every time I got a chance to talk to him, it was always yes sir, no sir. Made me feel old, but he was a nice guy. Torrance, his brother, good guy. Like Torrance as well.
Yeah, he's gotten some good action tonight.
He has. Good kids for sure. Proud they are Poplar Bluff. There's a flag on the play. Delay of game.
Delay of game penalty against Kennett.
All right, so I'm telling you what. Here's what we're going to do.
Delay of game penalty.
Just going to tell you.
Penalty.
Mikael McFarland, I know you can't hear me right now, but you've met your match. He's met his match when it comes to the running game. I want to teach him how it's done.
Are you going to make him carry another player while he's running? Or?
Nope, just after a 2-hour practice, I'll go work out too beforehand.
Hey.
And we'll show up and we'll film this thing.
I feel like we could get some sponsors for this and make this worthwhile. I don't know I guess gambling's not technically legal yet, but we could get a whole thing going. For charity, of course.
You do realize I'm a runner. Tanner Pierce throws it, he spins around and throws it to Duncan, and he's going to get it to about the 10-yard line. A lot of jicking and jiving back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, Frankie, I feel like if it was a long run, a 5-6 mile run, I wouldn't bet against you on that.
Down in 26.
But I think 100 yards is pretty short for you. versus Mikael. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, David Hadley, am I going to make him wear his gear? You know what? I'm a nice guy. If he does a practice 2 hours or more, no gear.
Well, he should wear his gear, and you could wear your gear. You could wear your headgear. And
I may need to do something. So on the punt, Mules are going to have it now all the way on the 38-yard line, and that's going to be where they take over. 52-yard punt with 6:40 left. Yeah, I bet Grandma Jackie wouldn't bet against me. Well, you know what? Maybe she would. Never mind. Don't ask her.
She's pretty shrewd.
She's
now,
pretty
Misty,
shrewd.
The dog might not bet against
She's
you.
pretty shrewd. No, she hates me too. 6:40 to play here in the ball game. Mules 35-14. We're having a great time. And on a serious note, Mikhail McFarland's such a good kid. He really is. Good player, good attitude. I just feel bad for him because he's met his match. I'm 38 years old, and we'll take him to the woodshed when it comes to running. What do you think?
That's probably it. That's probably what's
Am I
happen.
at least talking a mean game at least?
You got to talk all you can right up till the time the gun goes off. Then you got to pull a hammy on the first step, that first half step, and you can say you tied him. We got to get a plan here, Frankie. Get a strategy.
I have to get the Mule student section over there in my favor.
Absolutely.
Then again, they may not want to come out and watch. Mikhail McFarland, look at him.
There he's
I'm
gone.
giving,
He's
my
gone.
goodness, he is gone to the
maybe
races.
not. Maybe not.
He'll be taken down. And he is to the 25-yard line. A big run by Mikhail McFarland.
He got a cramp, maybe.
Maybe. You hope he's okay for sure. We need him to be healthy.
A little bit like a horse collar, but I don't think he's hurt. I think it looked like a cramp to me.
37 yards. He's still on the ground. Boy, you hope he is okay. You're hoping that's just a cramp. Mikhail McFarland, another big run. 37 yards on the carry, and he is getting close.
He's pushing in on 200.
I was going to say, he's getting awfully close now. He's already surpassed 200 yards. 206 on the run.
But you mentioned it, Frankie, these kids being good kids. And I've said it before, it's worth repeating. Either I'm, 50 years old and I'm easily tricked, but it seems like these kids nowadays are very much more respectful. Yes or no, sir. Polite. They speak to you. It's tough being a kid, and, there's always pitfalls, but it seems to me like this younger generation does have a lot going for it.
They do. And you know what? He got up. He's smiling. That's good. Running off on his own power. So maybe just a cramp. That's good to see. You don't want to get him hurt right now in the latter stages of the season.
Yeah, it'd be tempting to let him get that 200 yards, but
he's got it. He's at 206. He's already got it. 206.
I'd call it a game for him.
Amari White back in to do some more running. Here we go. He's out in space. He's got some room to go. He is near the 10-yard line. They'll drop him at the 11. It'll be near the first down marker. I believe he got it and then some.
Well, Amari's impressive tonight, man. He's greedy. He's wanting to score. He's like, hey,
he really
give me some
is.
touchdowns.
Good to see him back in the lineup after week 1. Wow, David says I can beat him in a rock, paper, scissors contest.
You got a chance at least.
They might be telling him what I'm saying over there, which may be motivating him to get over that 200-yard mark.
That's probably what it is, that last run. He's trying to fake it. He's faking a cramp down there. Just set it up. Have something to blame. You could maybe run tonight. We could do that tonight after the game.
No, I mean I got too much gear on. I got to make sure I got to make sure. Amari White now making a man miss. He stumbles and falls. Hope he is okay.
Amari White.
So now Coach Sievers, he tripped and fell, but he's okay. That's good news. Woo!
Yeah, I think we run it after the game tonight. I'll text our athletic director, Coach Keith.
I'm gonna make.
And we'll, man, we need to get him one of those maroon suits like that to wear all the time.
I'm telling you what, having some fun here tonight. Mules up 35-14, 5:19 to play in the ball game. David Hadley says maybe take him on in thumb wrestling. Shotgun formation here. They're going to run the football. Jay Edmondson's going to keep it himself this time. He's inside the 10. He'll get to about the 5, maybe down to the 4.
Be nice to get another score. That matched the score last year, wasn't it? 41 to 14? 42 to 14?
42-15. The last 2 seasons, the Mules and the Indians have split. Mules right now. We're going to give you the answer to our trivia question coming up directly following this score. I'm assuming we're going to score. 4:28 to play.
Glass half full for sure.
Third down and 4 from the 5. Amari White, maybe second touchdown here of the season. What do you think, John?
I think so.
It's 4-down territory all the way. He's not going to get the touchdown this time. He's going to be stopped back at the 5-yard line, the line of scrimmage there on the 5. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
I know one thing, Frankie, though, that in my limited broadcasting experience, no formal training whatsoever, it is a lot better when you're winning the game. It's a lot easier.
So Coach Beth Lewis is chiming in. She says that Coach Manning or I can get me an old track, what's that say, singlet?
Now we're talking. See, now people are thinking we might be able to build a whole new, we could build an aquatic center based on the money we could raise on this one race alone. And then the rematch. You're going to have a rematch. It's going to be like Rocky. You'll have to have.
There's not going to be a rematch. What's going to happen is timeout called by Poplar Bluff. Timeout is called by the Mules here with 3:31 to play here in the ball game. And for Poplar Bluff here as we'll take a timeout away. Let's give away a Weber grill. What do you think?
Let's do it, Frankie.
All right, the question once again, how many Poplar Bluff Mules players have more than 1,000 receiving yards in a single season? Was it 10, 9, 6, or 4? You know the answer?
I don't know the answer. I could guess.
Don't be looking at my cheat sheets.
I can't see that right.
All right, Tim, you ready to put the answer up, my friend? All right, the real answer is 4D. 4 is the answer. Tyson Cox in 2016, Nick Stith in 2005, Tony Webb in 2002, John Stout in 1953. Those are the answers here. David Hadley naming some of those players. Actually, the real answer is 4D, so I'll give you the winner coming up in just a moment. We did pick a winner. He shared the Facebook feed and got the right answer. He's going to pick up a Weber grill. Jay Edmondson throws it to Torrance Williams. It's incomplete, and that will turn the football over on downs with 3:27 to play.
So here's the idea, Frankie. So you have your race. We'll have to have some sort of controversy.
We need a controversy.
It'll be a photo finish with the camera didn't work or the angle was off or something went wrong. So then we can have a rematch. Then we'll have to have an upset. So then we have a 3. It'll be like Tyson Holyfield or the other guy. I can't think of the Pacquiao and.
I don't watch boxing, so
yeah.
you got me on that
It's got to be a boxing kind of thing.
Okay.
We're going to need at least 2 rematches.
Tanner Pierce now to throw the football out in open space to Duncan. Duncan now pushed out of bounds by Darius Graham.
Floyd Mayweather, that's who I was thinking.
Floyd Mayweather.
We're going to need to get Floyd Mayweather in here to provide some hype for this event. And Don King, we'll get Don King down here. That's right. I'll be Don King. Hey, we'll get this going, Frankie. It's on.
Oh, it's already on.
I'll just tell you when to be there.
Here's what we need to have happen to make this race happen. We're at 18 shares. Get me to 25 when this race happens this week. This one incomplete pass. We're at 18 shares, and no, John, you can't share it anymore. You're done. You're cut off.
It'll be a charitable event. All proceeds going to the hot dog and Reese's peanut butter cup fund.
I just don't want to upset or hurt Mikhail's feelings.
Well, that's
whenever
true.
A 38-year-old
beats
him by about 10 steps. I'm going to say 10 steps or better.
That's yeah, I mean that's true. You hate to crush a kid's spirit so early in life.
I don't want to crush his spirit. I need him healthy against Hillsboro. 2nd down and 10. They're going for the money shot here. This one overthrows his intended target.
Intended for number 14, Will Gaines.
Will Gaines, or William Parker rather.
And 10.
3rd down and 10 to go. You know, I know Mikhail's sister, Denise. I'll call Denise and I'll trash talk a little bit this week and let him know.
I think this will be great. I think this is it.
The only thing is, I got to see if I can get Tim out there to videotape this. We may do a Facebook Live. What do you think, Tim?
Yes.
I don't want to be so fast you can't keep up with the camera. That's my biggest fear. Handoff going to Boatman and the Mules. Logan Davis in there. Also, Dane Dugas, and there's a flag. I've been waiting for a flag to come out here tonight. There's one. 3rd down and 10, but we'll wait for the flag that came in very late. Waiting for the officials. I believe it's going to be against Kennett. It is going to be against Kennett. But they didn't look over unsportsmanlike conduct. It's going to be a 9-yard penalty.
I didn't see what he did. I guess he was doing a little business, as they say.
Little business. Speaking of business, my son and I are going to have a long conversation. He sends me a text message and he says, Dad, Mikkel will wipe the floor with you. I'm not sure if I like that comment. My own family going against me here.
I am your biggest fan, Frankie. I said you could hang with him for half a step. So far, I'm the most optimistic person.
My son sold me out to dry. 2:47 to play here in the ball game. On a more serious note, Mules are going to get back to 500. The 0-4 start is gone, and the Mules now have a chance next week to get a game above 500, taking on Hillsboro. Going to be a big test for the Mules, but the way we are playing right now, that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, confidence goes a long way, and these kids right now have a lot of confidence. They're 4 straight. It's just remarkable how they've turned this season around, and, hats off to the coaching staff making some adjustments, and the players especially for staying hitched, for keeping the locker room intact, for coming together as a team and holding each other up in these very adverse times, and to see that it actually works. It's a great life lesson to see that you can stick to it. Lose 1, lose 2, lose 3, lose 4, and still turn the season around.
Absolutely.
Get good momentum. Give Hillsboro a run for their money next week, and then it's on to postseason.
Absolutely. By the way, picking up that Weber grill, Sean Carroll is picking up that Weber grill. He knew the right answer of D4 with Mules wide receivers of 1,000 yards or more in a single season. The right answer is 4. And Sean Carroll picks up that Weber grill, courtesy of Academy Sports and Outdoors in Poplar Bluff.
Really, maybe you should race Coach Severs. That might be a more
listen,
deal.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you about Severs. Severs is scared of me when it comes to everything we do. I don't want to embarrass him.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you probably should.
Punt there by Tanner Pierce. It takes a really good bounce, and the Mules now will have it inside at the 35 down to the 31-yard line.
A great movie.
60-yard punt by Tanner Pierce, and Mules have it now with 2:12 to go in the ball game.
Sorry, Frankie,
No,
I didn't mean to step on. But a great movie that some older people might remember, a movie called Wildcats.
All right.
Goldie Hawn was hired to be a coach of an inner-city football team, and the team was not very disciplined and all of that. It was a comedy. It was fun. It was back in the day. Anyway, the way she got the team to come together and agree to practice and let her coach them is she challenged them to a race. And she said, we'll run around the track, and if I can beat everybody on the team, then you guys have to come to practice and play for me, a female coach, back in the 70s, early 80s. Anyway, they didn't know she was a marathon runner, so she just took off running very slowly, and she outlasted everybody on the team, and of course they ended up coming together and being a good team and winning the game, whatever. So, Frankie, I feel like that's how you could win the thing.
You know what, I want to ask a question to Kathleen Patillo. If you're still watching right now, the Mules lead at 35-14 at 2:12 to go. Kathleen Patillo, who wins this race, Mikkel McFarland or Frankie Castile? What do you think? Mules here running the football here. They're going to grind this all the way to the end. And Connor Ray getting the carry here for the Mules, number 21. Good to see him in there getting a few carries. This clock now down under 2 minutes. Mules are going to go to 4-4 on the season. He gets about back to the line of scrimmage. David Hadley says Coach Severs would whoop Frankie in a foot race. I agree with that. He's pretty quick for his age.
Are we seeing a new quarterback in here, Frankie, number 15?
I believe we are.
That is Charlo Serrato. Is that right?
Yep, Serrato. Good to see him in there as well. Going to be a handoff. This one again is going to be slung down.
Connor Ray getting some reps, running back.
Sophomore. Number 21, Connor Ray.
So Ray now getting down, losing a couple of yards. He'll get back to the 27-yard line. A loss of 4 yards on the play.
Good to see some younger kids getting in, getting some reps.
Less than a minute to go here in the ball game. What's been really nice is, honestly, after all the issues we have had, John, it's been great tonight. We've had a lot of fun. No issues. Good job, Tim. Everything came together like it should. Thank you again to Coach Jim Vaughn of Kennett. All their hospitality getting us set up. There's a high snap, and Connor just going to fall on it. And 30 seconds now, and this will be about it. Mules now go to 4-4 on the season. Coming up, we'll have John David Patillo live on the program. Mules are 4-4 on the season. All right, Mikhail McFarland, rest those legs, buddy. You've met your match this week. It's coming. You know I'm going to win, John. You know this. There's John David Patillo.
Here we go.
Let's get him on the air right now. What do you say?
We'll conclude our ball game.
First off, Coach, congratulations on the victory. First things first, talk about this win. And last week, Mikhail McFarland, 159 yards on the ground. Tonight, over 200. Your thoughts on him?
Well, Mikhail ran and did a great job. And the kids did a great job of blocking for him. And, it's just been something that we've been getting better and better at the run game. And early, we thought that was going to be what we'd hang our hats on, and we didn't. We didn't play as well early. And right now we're blocking well. Kids are running well. They're seeing lanes. And, I thought we did. Once we jumped out on them, and then we just made up our minds we're going to put the ball on the ground and go right at them. We just wore them down. So it was good to see.
What a sight to see Amari White as well, Coach, getting in there, not only getting to carry the ball a few times, but also getting a big touchdown as well.
Yeah, that's big for Amari. He started practicing this week. I think he thought he was just going to jump right back in, and, it takes a little bit.
It does.
And you got to get yourself in shape and get ready. But, he came in, he ran hard, did a nice job. Like I said, I just thought we blocked really well up front, and, it was nice. We didn't play that well early. We're still having trouble snapping the football, and that's just something we've got to get over. But, it kind of broke up some things that we were doing in the first half. But all in all, I'm glad the kids stayed with it and kept playing.
Absolutely. And let's talk about Mason West here. What's his condition? What's his status?
Well, possible concussion, but we don't know. But
gotcha.
We wanted to set him that second half. He felt sick before the half was over.
Gotcha.
And so we just make sure we're taking precaution. We know Jay can handle it. Jay came in, did a really good job.
Did a good job, absolutely.
Team. So,
how big in that second half when Mason went down, and at one point it was still a 7-point ball game, and we weren't scoring, and the defense held their own. It seemed like the Mules offense and the defense kind of rose up and said, you know what, we're not going to lose this game. And that's what we saw here in the second half. It was all Poplar Bluff, basically.
Yeah, like I said, we probably would have ran away with this game earlier if we would have just done some things right first half. We had a couple of holding penalties. We had, like I said, some bad snaps. And you just keep a team around for a while. But once we got over it, we started playing a lot better, and things flowed a little bit better on the offensive side for sure. The defensive guys were doing a good job. We had kind of a hard time when they went to that heavy look that they go to, where they put 75 in the backfield. That just makes it tough on you because it's having an extra lineman in there, but the kids adjusted. The defensive coaches did a nice job at halftime and adjust to that.
What were some things that you want to clean up here coming up before next week as we'll go to Hillsboro? Big test there, obviously, state ranked. What are some things that you guys will work on this week to get ready for another big battle against another state ranked team?
I think the big thing is to get our guys healed up. After about 3 or 4 offensive possessions, we pulled out Matlock,
right?
Because he's had a little bit of ankle issues. Getting Amari back gets us a running back. We've got the possibility of having Atari back next week. So if all of a sudden, we've got more guys that can help Mikhail, that's big for us coming into these games that are going to be even, more. We're going to face a tough physical team in Hillsboro, and then we jump into playoffs, and then we've got to be able to run the ball, run it with success, play pitch and catch. There were some balls that we left out on the field tonight that we either should have caught or we should have made a little better pass, and just clean stuff up. Like I said, when we're throwing the ball about a third of the time and we're running the ball well, things are flowing pretty good.
It's so nice to see our boys over there on the other side of the football field. Lots of smiles, lots of pictures here being taken. And for this team to start 0-4, winning 4 games in a row, and it's not about the wins, but look at our offense here tonight, Coach. 400 yards of offense on 63 plays, 6 yards a carry. Meanwhile, Kennett 217, 56 plays rather, and only 4 yards a carry. The offense is clicking, getting better. We had almost 250 in the rushing category. Kennett just had 65. Got to be impressed with that number.
Yeah, it's a good number, and it's a good way for us to play. I'd like to have a little more balance with the pass game, but it's funny if you're listening to us on the headset and you hear Coach Sievers every time you turn around, run the ball. But no, our balance has been pretty good and pretty spot on how much we need to run it and how much we need to put it in the air, and the kids are we're executing better. But we need to even be cleaner next week.
By the way, speaking of next week here, not sure if it's a final yet or not, but David Hadley letting us know that Cardinal Ritter right now doubled up on Hillsboro 26-13. So Hillsboro looks like they might suffer their first loss here of the season. Oh, by the way, we go up there. What are you expecting out of Hillsboro? They're going to be a heavy dose of run.
Oh, yeah, and tough physical play. But what I saw earlier, they were throwing the ball pretty well too. Yeah, they had a good balance as well, but they're tough, they're physical, and we've got to go match that up there, and we've got to just go up there and show them that we can run the ball against them as well.
On a more serious note, probably the most important question of the night. We've had this debate all night. I think I can do it. I think this week after practice, I challenged Mikhail McFarland to a 100-yard dash. I think I've got him. It's in the bag.
You're going to lose.
It's in the bag, Coach.
Hey, the only way you're going to win is if he cramps up like he did there.
We don't want that to happen for sure. I think after a 2-hour practice, I come in fresh. I beat him by 10 steps.
Good luck.
Coach, thank you so much for the opportunity. Congratulations on getting back to 500, and you guys will work hard this week to get to Hillsboro next week, and who knows, we may get to a game above 500.
You bet.
I cannot believe you're going to root against me. And I gave you my booth.
You're going to get beat.
I gave you my booth. I let you inside. Okay. All right, Coach. Thank you so much, buddy.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you a 50-yard head start.
I like it. All right, Coach. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. He is awesome. John David Patillo joining us live here on the postgame. Mules get the win here tonight, 35-14. And congratulations to Poplar Bluff. Lots of photographs being taken down there. We'll get John Scott back here on the broadcast with us real quick as we wrap it up. Mules here tonight. They go to 4-4 on the season, and they have solidified that number 4 spot. Don't think they're going to get a 3 spot coming up in the upcoming districts, but at least we know now in Week 10 we won't be traveling. We'll take on Fox more than likely, and with a good opportunity to get to the Class 5 semifinals in the districts.
Yeah, that'd be great, Frankie. I'd like to see that, get through next week, maybe shock the world and get that first win in postseason, and then maybe get another crack at Jackson and see what we can do.
I hope you are correct, my friend, as the Mules get the win here tonight. John, thank you so much for a great season. You won't be around next week. I'm assuming that what are you doing?
I'm putting my trash. None of these places have trash cans. I don't want to leave trash.
I had no idea what you were doing.
Here, so
okay,
I'm consolidating my waste.
You threw me off for a second. So I'm assuming that when we get to districts, our Week 10 home game, you might be there with us.
I should be. That's a long time down the road, but
2 weeks.
Oh yeah, I should.
It's 2 weeks.
I should be.
All right.
I should be in good shape, Frankie.
Well, John, thank you so much for a great season, my friend. I appreciate you as always, and we like I said before, if it wasn't for you rooting for us, we would not be able to stream these games on the road and at home. You had a big part in this, so just thank you for believing in us, and we really appreciate everything you do for us and the school district, especially allowing us to stream these ball games.
Yeah, Frankie, it's a wonderful service, and again, I say it all the time, but what you guys do and how you put this together and make it work is not easy on many levels, and they do that, and I've learned firsthand from people how much it means that family members, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, whoever, or just fans get a chance to tune in and see a game and see it live and watch it happen. It's a great service, Frankie, so hats off to you guys. I've thoroughly enjoyed being here, and I've enjoyed I appreciate you guys indulging me to come up here and try not to embarrass myself or you guys, and it's been fun, and I look forward to doing it again.
Absolutely. Once again, the Mules get the win here tonight, 35-14. We now go to 4-4 on the season, and coming up, by the way, we're going to get you to regular programming here in just a few moments, so get ready for that. As we get ready for the 10 o'clock hour, the Mules get the win. Our next broadcast is coming up a week from tonight. We'll be live over in Hillsboro, and we are hoping for a great night of high school football then, too. Now, here's the deal. We are supposed to stream that game, but I will tell you, we've been talking to the athletic director out of Hillsboro, and it's really kind of falling in their hands. So we'll let you know as soon as we hear for sure if we're going to be able to stream. We'll let you know on Facebook. Hopefully, we'll be able to do so. Once again, our broadcast tonight being brought to you by Taco John's, the Scott Law Group, LLC, Briggs & Stratton. Also being brought to you by Larry Hillis Dodge, Eye Care Specialist, Christian Automotive and Tire, Patriot Auto Glass. Also being brought to you by Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, First Choice Insurance, Air Solutions, Russians Towing, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, PB Realty, Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, also Kevin's Auto Repair, and First Midwest Bank. For Tim Hicks, I'm Frankie Castile. Also, John Scott with me as well. Great season by him. So long from Kennett, Missouri. We'll see you back here next week right here as the Mules take on the Hillsboro Hawks. We'll have the game live on the radio and hopefully on Facebook and on YouTube. You've been watching and listening to Mules football on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules.